Hello and welcome to the final quarterfinals match of the 2025 World Championships. I am Boxed Kimchi. This is the Kimchi Cast, and we have an absolute banger in line, just like HLE and Gen G to kick off the knockouts. What better way to close out the first round than anyone's legend, the 2 seed from the LPL, the other 3-0 team at the World Championships, up against the greatest of all time, the best to ever do it, 5-time world champions, 7-time international champions, T1. Oh my. Woo! There's so many narratives. Of course, you got to start with T1. They've never finished lower than top 4 at the World Championships, ever. The only times they've finished lower is when they missed the tournament entirely. The 3 times they have, may I remind you, they've never lost to the LPL. I believe they literally had a graphic showing every mid laner Faker's beaten at the World Championships from China. I think it's 9-0 or something. It's crazy. It's insane how he keeps it going. And in that graphic, I was like, hold on, Whites is there. I didn't notice that. I forgot that Whites, first of all, Whites was the starting mid laner for RNG way back in 2013. But I went to check that roster, and you know who played support for RNG in 2013? What was he at the time? Wow. This 24-year-old Cantonese kid named Tabe was support. And now as a, 34, no, not 30, sorry, yeah. This 22-year-old named Tabe was playing support. And now this 34-year-old, 12 years later, named Tabe, Cantonese adult, is coaching anyone's legend, and he's got his work cut out for him because now he has to lead the first ever victory against T1. He failed to be the first to do it way back in 2013 when SKT took on their first ever Chinese team in Royal Club. And, well, 12 years later, I think 9 teams or something. Couldn't tell you. It's a lot. It's a lot. RNG like 3 times. BLG, JDG. Had to be BLG twice because he beat Knight twice. No, he beat Knight when he was not on BLG. Sorry. But it's a lot of teams. Shockingly. I think it's 9. I swear to God it's 9. But it could be more, honestly. Knowing Faker, it could be more. He's played a lot of Korean. You have to also remember, he's played a lot of Koreans, pretty much. But he's lost to EU. But he's never lost to China. He's also never lost to NA. And Tarzan is on the Kiana. It failed yesterday. It did fail yesterday for Kanavi, who was previously undefeated on the champion, 5-0. And I called him the best Kiana in the world. But I forgot Tarzan is probably the best Kiana in the world. Doran, I call them both, whatever one I'm feeling on the day. Going onto the Scion. And there's no, you're pretty free to do this. There's no Trundle threat. They wanted this Kiana and Faker on the Talia. Maybe they have an answer for it. So many. I mean, AL, of course. Also, this is a rematch of MSI lower bracket finals. That was T1's by... That was a 3-2 for T1. It's going to be Rek'Sai for Flandra. We know that this guy can play it. He has the Rek'Sai pass as Shanks taking the pretty common counter into the Talia with the Rise. The funniest thing is the only team we don't know AL can compete with is KT. As, a very bad Pantheon. Maybe owner can flip it. 1-8 at the tournament so far. Maybe they can flip the fortunes of this champion. But they took Gen.G to 3-2. They took T1 to 3-2. The only team they haven't faced left in the tournament is, well, they can't, I guess they took Top Esports to 3-2 as well. I think. They've also beaten them this year, may I remind you. Yeah. Or they lost to them in, lost to them in winter. They didn't face them in spring, actually. Weird. Oh, World Elite happened. That's right. The freak World Elite accident happened. And then they did lose to them in summer. So all three of the teams left in this tournament, they are yet to, or all four teams not named anyone's legend, they are yet to beat in a series this season. Yerp, they are. Sivir, Ziggs, and Poppy going to be the bans. I did not notice that. AL. Okay. That's what we got. That's the vibe right now. You got to make history several times over. Gen.G have lost to Chinese teams before, but I believe this era has not actually. I think they've only exclusively been eliminated by Chinese or by Koreans since they've taken off. Alistar, the final ban, to the surprise of absolutely no one. VAR is going to be the blind. No, they lost to EDG. Okay, yeah. But I think because then it was DRX, BLG. It was BLG. Damn, they've lost a lot to Chinese teams. Gen.G might be cursed. All right, that's your hope. AL, they need to. I don't think Gen.G have actually beaten a Chinese team out at Worlds before now. Now I'm convinced. It's going to be the Braum, not a bad pickup into the Talia, into sometimes the Pantheon, and definitely into this Varus. What does Hope... Ow. What does Hope want? We saw the mistake of drafting the Corki blind yesterday. G2 made a lot of mistakes. I went back and did some looking at the pick ban and was just disappointed at how hard G2 were outdrafted. Wadid is correct, by the way. Everything Wadid said is factual. I agree with that man to the fullest extent, as it will be the Ezreal to match the poke. Ooh, good poke, good escape into this comp. It's not happening. Stop cheering. 2024, they were eliminated. That would be crazy. Not happening. T1, okay, so they've not beaten a Chinese team. Yeah, no surprise. It's not going to be as fun as it would be to be the Kalista. No. Wow. Gen.G Gen.G the polar opposite of T1. 0-2 against Chinese teams, if I'm not mistaken. Just... I like these drafts actually a lot. I don't love the Pantheon. The double globals are good, but every time we've seen the Pantheon, he's just underperformed personally, I think is my angle right now. Yeah, that's the angle. Is he's just been underperforming a lot. I don't know if it's outclass, like if it's the player. The players are way comfortable on this guy though. That's the thing. Yeah, they should be super comfortable on it. But it's crazy that he's just fallen off. It definitely could be he's just not favorable at the moment compared to other champions in rotation. Like, I don't think he beats the Wukong or the Trundle or the Xin or the Jarvan. Like, he loses to a lot of champions, actually. Like, a lot of champions beat him out in the long game, in the long con, or the early game. Like, his global presence is pretty much unmatched. It's really only matched by, like, Galio, Talia, these mid laners. Sion, top laner, obviously. No jungler really has his global pressure. As far as I can think of, Nocturne, obviously, but Nocturne's not that good right now either. As it's time for game number 1 of the final quarterfinals match. Also, yes, I can confirm Gen.G 0-3 against the Chinese. Oh boy, unrelated. I just wanted to check because T1 famously dominant against the Chinese. And if AL break the curse and win this series, there will be a guaranteed China-Korea final. But T1 want to make it another Korea. I believe the second since 2022. Actually, there have not been a lot of Korea finals. So what? BLG, Weibo, and then it was DRX T1, obviously. Before that was EDG, was China, Korea, China, Korea, China. Wow, we haven't had. That's woo the roaster. You call them KT roll? That's a roaster coaster right there in game one. But yeah, besides 2022, we haven't had a Korea final since 2017 when it was SKT Samsung Galaxy in the rematch. Before that, the last three, 15, 16, 17, the last three world championships entering 2018 were Korea. And we haven't had Korea since. We've only had Korea once. Because it was EU, China, EU. Yeah, EU, China, EU, China. China, Korea, China, Korea, Korea, China, Korea, China, Korea. So the rest of the world has dropped dead in this situation. T1, last hope of a Korean guaranteed world championship. Or a guaranteed Korean world champion. And then it comes down to who's your team. But they don't look good entering this. T1 very shaky. And you saw that gold graph right there. You saw how they were almost losing. Like, they almost got smoked by 100T in the first game of that series. They probably would have won the series in the end, but they have not looked good. They looked awful against Gen G. They looked... who else did they play? They played Gen G. They played... I have to go check now. I have to go check. FlyQuest, they looked pretty good against FlyQuest, actually, funny enough. Which is a damning statement about FlyQuest, by the way. They lost to CFO in a shock upset. They lost to Gen G. Then they beat 100 Thieves, obviously, clean. And then they beat MKOI. So, really, again, their wins besides FlyQuest haven't been super impressive. Yes, their FlyQuest win was very clean. They have not looked good. CAL, they've only toppled probably 3 of the top 10 best teams in the world entering the tournament. Close win against HLE, blew the doors off of Gen G, 2-1 series against CFO. Like, they look pretty good. All things considered, I don't know. Just maybe look a little good entering today. It has been a while since they played. That is the big thing. Is it's been about 2 weeks since they've played a game somehow in a 1-month tournament. Tarzan, Owner staring each other in the face as Scuttle's already cleared. And they should just both take their resets. The Vision War is won by Keria. And this is a big thing. Guma Keria have looked really pedestrian so far. As Shanks is diffing Faker at the moment, but only in mechanics. He's only diffing him in the cool-looking outplays. That's all he's got so far. But if T1 want to win, they're going to need to see a big improvement from their bot lane because Guma Keria have been rough. It's not been a fun time. It's Keria jumping away, teleport coming in from Guma as he has. The teleport with the Varus doesn't need really cleanse or barrier. You could take it, but he's playing poke, so you're playing artillery Varus, you could just chill. And no one really can pull the trigger. Ryze kind of needs minimum 6 to really take off. He has obviously good spell rotation, but when you get that overload damage, that's when you want to start going in. Owner can gank, but he wants to try and maximize his capabilities, as there's a flash out of Guma, and he has no teleport too. So AL can try and push him out. Guma a little over ambitious with Keria a little too far away. Is Flandra going to just proxy and reset? Doran does win the early trades and top, going back to like the lack of action in this game. Doran wins early trades because Flandra just doesn't really have any damage. But once Flandra gets his Hydra, it's kind of just over for him as Shanks shoved into turret range. Tarzan, unless he has blue, can't really gank. Owner can gank. It's just he wants to get his 6 as fast as possible, blah, blah, blah. Okay, 6 is coming out for these mid laners and top laners. So we're going to start possibly seeing some plays with these objectives coming up. Because it's hard to get an objective when the stalemate isn't broken, as all three lanes are in this really, well, two of the three lanes are in this pretty neutral existence as owner, hanging out on the side. Flash for Flash, and it's big win there for, that's a big win for T1. Like, they get that pretty easy. I think the stun is increased. I'll go check that while we wait, but burning the Flash is pretty nice on an immobile carry like Rise. As long as he doesn't juke you, you're pretty chill then. He can, but he won't. Or he can, but it's not easy. Sorry. Does it stun for a longer time? No, stuns him for 1 second. And then... yeah, nope. Same thing. Never mind. Okay, mobile mid laner, no flash. Mobile ADC, no flash. But he has carrier with him, so it's a bit harder. Owner has no flash as well. Next Void Grub. We haven't had 2 Void Grubs in how long? Oh, that. Yep, Airborne doesn't do damage. Whoopsies. As owner on vision. This should be a potential green light. Should be a potential. Right? When did they remove it? It was this year. It was like start of season 2 they removed it. Okay. So the lane swap's coming through for AL. They should be coming through as well for T1. His carrier teleporting mid, but that's fine. He just has to cycle his teleport. Faker does pick up a plate in mid lane for those who care. Shank's getting a nice push in this bot lane. Both sides actually pushed for AL. So they should be able to get whatever objective they want. And you can see what the priority owner's putting down on this bot lane now, as they've spotted out AL's rotation over to the Grubs. Shanks is hovering in case he... what the heck? I'll go fix that after the game. Apparently I forgot to put my headphones away yesterday. Yeah, Shanks just already pushed his wave in, so it's resetting. Had time to rotate up the jungle to see if he could get... or if he needed to Realm Warp, sorry. That's the way to put it. If he needed to Realm Warp up. When did Atacon turn into 1 Atacon? That was also 2509. Okay. Drake started by T1 should just be an accepted trade. Tarzan not going to be able to make it down here in time. Don't care. God, I should block this number. Whatever. Okay, Sion ulti to get back to lane. Never mind. And possibly break the proxy Flandra has. Nope. Just going to be a continued proxy as Doran. Down a good amount of CS. Hydra finish or Flandra. This is pretty much... this is going pretty poorly for Doran. Not awful, all things considered. You are just down a couple waves, but could be worse. Hope down a good amount of CS as well, actually. That's a lot more concerning. That is much, much more concerning than what do you call it? Than Doran being down, because you kind of want... I'm sorry, is this... okay, I'll mention that in a second, but you really want your ADC to keep pace. It is only 250 gold. Does it make it better? It is still... like, it is still a sizable gold lead for a Varus. Yeah, it's actually called Frail and Unworthy, though. Atacon has a debuff called Frail and Unworthy, and I think that's rad as hell. Okay. Oh. Sorry. Tarzan gotta go grab a red buff ward. There's still nothing on the Rift. They just traded these early objectives. And they want to get these Ah, crap. They do really want to maximize how hard they're going to hit so they don't have to worry about, what do you call it? Like, they do really want to make sure that at this point, the biggest hit you can throw or you can land is the first one you throw at this point. Because of how tight this early game has been already. Tarzan. Nice, okay. Good answer. They spotted carry out on this cheeky rotation. Shank's gonna get shoved. Should be pretty fine. As nothing connects with a true shot. 2 minutes to the Drake, and no one wants to make a mistake. This is kind of old school League of Legends, but Shank's gonna get a ton of damage thrown onto him by Faker. Good engages. As that ward is unspotted, so they're gonna continue to be able to harass under the turret, and now Owner coming down. Flandra's gonna have to teleport, but Tarzan is here to match. So they do have the ulti available for Tarzan. For everyone. Everyone has ultis available. Faker gets another solo plate to himself. Shanks is just going to have to reset. And Guma plating over to himself in mid. 19 CS lead, 19 piece. Flandra gets a plating and is going to proxy. Owner's coming up. He will spot this with the red buff ward. I mean, as long as Shanks is fine here, he doesn't really need to fight. As long as Faker isn't picking up kills, the gold lead is manageable. His Owner should be, he does know, obviously he's on his red buff. He killed the ward, or the control ward that was on there, so Flandra does know he is up here. Is Doran just charging a blind Q in case Flandra wanted to jump over the wall? He doesn't. And Flandra not going to spot Doran before the reset as he's swapping over to the bot lane to match Shanks. And Drake in 30. So with the Drake in 30, where is the positioning of these two teams lining up? They do have Doran in the bot lane with Faker up in topside. And Flandra is smacking this turret. And Tarzan up here is spotted. Has that Profane Hydra, most importantly. So a lot of damage able to come out from this, or from Kiana. God, I hate both of them and in Ana, and I just will mix them up whenever. And Flandra going to pick up first turret pretty nicely, just short of turret platings. And this crowd, holy piss, they erupt. 1,200 gold ahead for... Ooh, Tarzan's already started to rotate down. They could try and chase this. They have the supreme display of talent. They need to be very careful because Doran is fishing for an engage with Keria. And there's the charge in. They're trying to get Tarzan, but they're not going to get him. The glacial fissure goes down. Doran already chunked low. The quickness finds 2. Keria finds 4. The supreme display of talent is huge, but the damage not coming through quite yet from anyone's legend. They got to get out of there while they can. Here comes the double chase with those globals. Tarzan caught. Hope is standing, but he's got to watch. Shanks takes one more for himself, but can he keep the fight going? He has to flash over the wall. Guma with the blind arrow. There's the flash follow from Faker. The seismic shove connects, and Faker not solos, but gets his kill against the opposing mid. And T1 pulled the trigger, and they indeed hit their shot. They even out this gold difference. What an engage from Doran and Keria. Look at this. Tarzan already has a flash, finds 3. Doran, Kael blocking so much damage, but this incredible engage. Tarzan caught barely on the unraveled earth, stunning him for so long. And then double globals. Faker flies in, picks up Kael over the wall with the flash W for Owner to ensure that kill. Shank's trying to run wherever he can. But there's just too much chase from T1, and that is a big kills lead. That is the, sorry. 9-1 at Varus, almost matching T1's Chinese record, very funny enough. The Feat of Warfare easily going over to T1 in that one. It is 2 Drakes as well over to T1, and now they need to fight over Herald. Are they going to fight? I mean, Flandra still has his big lead. Flandra still is ahead 1,500, so he's going to get pretty big. It will be 2-2, and it's going to come down to either Atacon or Third Dragon, depending on if either team really wants to fight Atacon. Atacon hurts more than a Drake, trust me. Oh boy, Atacon hurts. He does not mess around. Flandra going to get seismically shoved. He's just chilling. And now Faker in a pretty good position, going for that Rylai's, that supportive build, as we've seen him become, I mean, it's been years since this transformation started, but to not a facilitator, but open to playing a more supportive champion pool or build on a champion that is traditionally a carry. He's become the ultimate flex player. He plays whatever the hell he needs. He's the ultimate team player. He's every coach's favorite player because he just plays what he needs to. And it's amazing to coach. As you can see the gold. No kills. 800 from the turret platings and the turret itself. What does others entail? No way others is under turret plating, because that would make sense, because the first turret doesn't give... Does first turret give 800? Really? That would be kind of cool. It's still 2.5 minutes. We're quite a bit away as they've caught out Flandra, but I think it's Faker that's been caught, and they're going to find him and take down the unkillable Demon King. And this teleport in from Doran. He has to ulti out immediately. And that river control comes back to bite him in the end. Uh-oh. Big engage from Flandra. And the snap, just the snap engage. Big snap engage, and they get what they want. There's nothing really off of it. Oh, my nose itches. Okay, anything cool happening after that? Tarzan does have the Axiom arc. Hope has finished his... I mean, both ADCs have finished the Manamune. So that is pretty up there. My nose itches. I'm trying to figure out how much turret gold gives. Sorry. My turret. Local gold 250. And then first turret. It was 4 plates. Plus 250. And then first turret. Whatever. Doesn't matter. Atacon on the Rift. I give up. I don't care. It's T1 has some control, and they found Hope on a big catch-up, but he holds the cleanse, but he's flashing away. Faker not going to be able to seismic shot, but Owner over the wall with the Vault Strike. Or the Vault Leap, sorry. Shield Vault. He will get a 3-man ulti from Tarzan, but it's not going to be enough. He has to flash away. Owner chasing. As Shanks trying to put in the damage. The auto attack's not going to do enough from the Rise, but he's going to finally pick this one up. The Realm Warp behind everyone in teleport, but Doran driving up, trying to hit anyone. Shank's going to flash away, and Flandra's on top of him. Guma, can he lay in the damage with these piercing arrows? Not enough. Carrier going forwards, able to dash away from the Blade of Ishtal, or Ishtal's Edge, I guess if you want to be technical. But T1 get their catch, but they get caught hard in response by Tarzan. And now Atacon started. They have 10 seconds. Owner has ulti. Reset canceled on Guma. That's a big deal because there's no damage dealer coming back with teleport. And T1 lose out on the Atacon. What up? What a response. Big engage. Hope jumps forwards way too early. Cleanses away from the chain of corruption, at least. Flashes, gets the redemption to stay alive a little bit longer, but they lose 2 instantly. And then ignore the Rift Herald. That doesn't matter. Tarzan is a beast for that. But now Soul Point on the line. They don't have the Supreme Display quite yet. But we've seen so many steals from this Kiana. The stealthy Kiana steals have been huge, but they're not going to get a steal. Are they going to even get a fight? The teleport in from Doran should just completely dissuade any plays. An Atacon for Drake over to Atacon for Drake trade is secured. But now T1 have that Drake soul pressure. They are down about 1k to 3k in stats. Or, well, 1k in gold, then 2-ish thousand in statistics. Statistics, what is this, a class? In stats, jeez. Does it tell you how much the rough value of it is? No, it doesn't actually tell you on the wiki how much his gold is roughly worth. Okay. Ooh, those anti-magic boots buffed up. Faker with the Rylai's complete, obviously. Shanks with his, well, we already saw his Archangels actually, or Seraph's pop during the last fight. Is there anything else quite finished yet? No. Spear is finished for Flandre. He's had that though already. Woo. Does it give here? Okay, there we go. There are 19. So 19 Spirit Petals gives about, yeah, it gives about 1600 in AD, or roughly, the math means with 19 exactly. That is about, what? That's that's only 1 champ with AP, so that's 390 plus 4 champs who are probably getting AD, mathematically speaking, which is about 1600-ish in value. So that does add up to about 2,000 of stats at the moment, and each takedown's going to keep it rolling. Oh, my face is... Ow. Sorry. If I start bleeding, I start bleeding. But we have a death cap started for Faker. That sounds wrong. Faker. Sorry, Faker. That sounded mean. I thought it'd be funny to say it that way. It just sounds like I'm calling him. I'm just cursing at him. I'm not cursing at him. I promise. Carrier just eating these poke spells. We're pretty close to the hourglass or we should be pretty close to the hourglass for Shanks. We're coming up on probably Mortal. I want to say it's Mortal Reminder for Guma. It could be not, but I don't imagine it is. I don't think they need LDR. I think they need Flandra and everyone on the enemy team to stop healing so much from Redemption. Is that would be not helpful. There we go. Okay, cool. Cleaver's been done for a little bit. And now Sorelda is going to be the upgrade. I forgot it's lethality. I'm stupid. Not crit. I'm just so used to crit. As there's the root on Icaria. Get pranked. Doesn't really do anything. Not even a dissuasion. Guma's still ahead about 300, but Flandra going up towards this Spirit Visage to kind of counteract. It would kind of counteract the Bramble Vest. As you can see, Owner starting up his GA. It's going to be very important. Where are we? Baron already on the Rift. Obviously, 50 seconds on the Dragon, and currently supports jostling for the position advantage. Kyle pretty low. Has the exhaust at the moment, so can't switch over to teleport to base and TP back. Actually, he might have a swap available. I'm stupid. That's a custom overlay. Hold on. That has to be. No, it can't be. It would have the shield. Never mind. It's just he has enough buffs that it doubles up, I guess. Because the shield would show. No, the shield shows on the passive. I'm stupid. As True Shot Barrage just behind Gumayushi as Keria is chunked, but it's Keria. Now Flandre here. As Kyle going down to half. Kyle chunking, or Flandre getting chunked down by Faker. As Doran, very tanky. We're going to need to see something for Hope to shred through this guy. Is Guma laying down the poke. Dragon going to get pissed off by Keria, who's behind the pit. As Tarzan just hanging out off vision, trying to wait for T1 to overstep. The healing comes through from the redemption. Keria has possibly caught out Flandra. How much damage do they have? The flash is not enough as the ulti isn't there. And now Owner coming in over the top with the PK Starfall onto Hope. Doran has found Tarzan. Hope running into T1's base as Shanks waits. He's trying to juke for as long as he can, but he can't juke enough. Guma forced to flash away from the True Shot Barrage, and T1 in the Drake fight. 2 perfect. 4 for nothing. They get the soul. They're going to get the Baron. They're going to find the ace, possibly. And they will. Faker picks up his 3rd. And T1, gold swing of 5,000 will be in their pocket. Or sorry, 4,000. Math is math. And they're going to get so much value out of this Owner. 5-1 and 2. Faker 3-1 and 7 now. This is a Flandra just trying to wrap around, potentially looking for an angle, and he gets so caught. This doesn't cancel the ult, just off of the wall for Owner. Doesn't get his Starfall canceled. And Hope zoned away entirely. And this is more of the T1 that we were expecting. And this True Shot Barrage doesn't connect. The Drake not putting enough work. And AL. This is what 2 weeks off does to you, by the way. 2 weeks off is a brutal stretch. The world is Faker. Sorry. Faker as a possessive. World as a possessive. 4,500 gold in the lead. T1 are comfortable. As they're trying to jump in onto Faker. As they're going to cancel the Realm Warp. Shanks goes golden, but Kyle falls while going for the Glacial Vision. The supreme display of talent. Sorry, not true. As it's 2 instantly gone. Sorry, Hope jumping behind the dirt looked really wonky. But it's a 2-for-1 as here comes Owner. The PK Starfall a little too far away. It's Doran. Just going to be so tanky. He's eating so much damage from the turret, from Hope himself, but there's no armor pen quite yet for the AL bot laner. He's going to cancel only Doran's reset, so who really cares? Flandre gets a turret with the bounty on it. But AL, oh, this is not looking good. A beautiful catch out. Kyle solo. And Kyle doesn't block the Chain of Corruption. Even if he dies, he just needs to block it so he could get his mid laner out of there. They get 1, but Doran is invincible at the moment. Flandre jumping away. Does get out. No GAs on the Rift for AL yet. And that is a dangerous position when Owner has it and there's so much burst potential. You just kind of have to start getting one. And Sorelda's available for, or finished for Tarzan. Can they get anything out of it? As they're losing their tier 2 in the top lane. Tarzan trying to stay sneaky. There's no damage coming out onto this Scion. He is so damn strong. Faker up 3,000. Guma up 3,000. And you could see the win prop. It really likes T1's odds right now for some reason. Can't imagine why. And Faker jumping in with the wall, cutting off AL to their ability to defend this turret. Shanks has to realm more backwards to get on the right side of it. And that is full court press as Elder. Huh? They're going to go for some invade, it seems. Just get some gold back. It's not a lot at this point. The jungle's not worth that much. I mean, what's your win con here besides get a sick catch out? It's really hard to identify win con because they just don't have anything. The spear finish for Hope. They have no armor pen. There's no armor shred or pen really on the team. Doran has a lot of armor, so he's fine with this. Shanks has his hourglass now. Words are difficult. As Guma finished the Edge of Night. He has a Brutalizer, could be like 3 items. Was he 0-2 in groups? No. They beat T1 in groups. What is he talking about? I'm pretty sure they went 1-1. What is he talking about? No, they didn't go... No, I'm disputing this. Flandra in 2021 went 1-1 against T1. That is why the 100 Thieves match mattered so much. Because if they won, they went to tiebreaker. But they lost. So they didn't go to tiebreaker. I know this because I was at my college's homecoming instead of watching the World Championships. And I had to report to my friends that 100T just beat EDG somehow to close the group stage. Is Flandra going to be able to grab this turret pretty comfortably? No, I will not stand for these lies. They went 1-1 against them. I had to check because I know off the top of my head that they lost to ED. They went 4-2 and they lost to 100 Thieves once. Garbage. It's absolutely fair to just look at a group with DFM, 100 Thieves, EDG, and just assume they went 4-0 against them because, yeah, no, they went 1-1, 3-1 against those two teams. They took the first game off at T1, if I'm not mistaken. Flandra, dangerous situation, is level 18, and as the jock shows, so he's chilling. As finally, LDR on the table for Hope or Soreldas. It could also be a Soreldas. He's not really a crit champ, and he's not going to ever get one. His Elder, I don't think has been started. It looks like it has. That seems to be the... Yeah, so you can see the hit. We can see the hit markers. Its owner just barely started. Yeah, no, I was like, we could see the spell and auto effects because we are in spec mode. AL cannot see that, so they don't know. And it started. Wait, is that Criploom for Faker? Crazy. I mean, it's not crazy, but oh my god, that's a lot of damage out of this Gumayushi guy. As on the wrong side of the wall, they're going in over the top, but a big supreme display of talent, but there's just nothing for AL to do. They have no damage. They're gonna have no one left on the rift. It's 3 for Guma. Make it 5 for T1, and they're gonna go end the game, and they're gonna take the lead in this series. And oh boy, is it over? Doran teleports into the base, and he's chopping this one down like a tree. And it is a bloodbath for T1. They dominate this game. They miss Kyle. Kyle shielding the wrong way. And that is a damning statement to make at this tournament. A dominant win to open your knockout stage. And for AL, you look sleepy. Like, you look sleepy coming off of your 2-week break. I mean, basically a 2-week break. It wasn't exactly 2 weeks, but it was pretty much 2 weeks off, which is crazy. A 1-month tournament where a team has played 4 games already, and they're done. Like, they played 5 games in the Swiss stage, and that was it. That was all their games until today. That's insanity that you could just give a team that much rest, because, like, they don't want that much rest. They like being in the knockouts, but they don't like being off for 2 weeks when the rest of their teams, like their opponents, are still playing and figuring things out. But maybe there's, I don't even think the top seeds have done that well, right? The 3-0 teams. Genji was semi-quarter semis. Hashtag it's happening. Oh God, no. I can't handle another T1 fanboy won't shut the hell up year. Like, LNG got quarterfinals last year. Genji got absolutely almost lost to FlyQuest, first of all, and then got toasted by T1, of course, because that is the Genji way. Genji lost in the semi, or in the quarters, 3-2. The other 3-0 team was JDG. They lost to T1 in semis, and then 22 was group stage, so who cares? So it's like the teams that have gone 3-0, they haven't made the finals yet. And they haven't done particularly well. They've made 2 semifinals, but none of their series have actually been clean. Like, it's weird that I think every 3-2 series has been, or JDG did win 3-1. Okay. And then Genji lost 3-2. LNG lost 3-2 or 3-1. And then Genji, that's concerning. The only win of the 2 wins of the 4-3-0 teams so far at the World Championships since the Swiss stage was introduced, one of them was a 3-1. The other one was a 5-game series. The other 2 were losses in long series. Concerning sentences. Well, I guess there's KT now who 3-0'd. So finally, maybe it is looking good to go 3-0. They did also have basically 2 weeks off. So if it's working for KT, it's working for everyone else. But T1 looked really damn good. They give them, like, really good picks. Hope Ezreal, very good. Kyle Braum, he's like every other Braum. Of course, the most important ones, Kiana for Tarzan, one of the best Kianas, and Flandra's Rek'Sai, one of the few players who has seemed to keep their form from summer with the Rek'Sai. And now all 3 of those are off the table for the rest of the series. Downside, you lose Guma's Varus, you lose the Scion, you lose the Rakan, but in exchange for a big momentum-swinging victory, you take that. So T1 with the edge on their side, do they continue their dominance over the LPL at the World Championships all time, not even just this year? I don't actually think they faced them this year. They did. They faced someone. I don't remember. Anyways, do T1 continue to roll over the LPL, or will AL strike back in the hunt to be the first LPL team to eliminate T1 from the World Championships? We will find out in game number 2. And we're back with game number 2, or for game number 2. Game number 2 not quite started yet. T1 take game 1 in convincing fashion. AL need to clap back, and they opt over to the blue side a second time. G2, this is how you side select. Sorry, I was really pissed off once I realized that G2 started with side selection, chose red side, lost on red side, chose red side again, won on it, was sent back to red side, lost, finally chose blue side, had a decent draft, and got absolutely clapped in the final game because they were mental boomed. Sorry, I have thoughts. Not because I like G2, but I have thoughts because that series should have been so good for G2, and they blew it against a really bad team. I was waiting for the last ban to come through. I thought it would be really stupid if I just sat here very pissed off for no reason, or made it look like I was pissed off when I really wasn't. I slammed the drink down and everything, so I had crap in my eye, apparently. I had to keep up appearances. Do they want to take the Wukong? Tarzan's pretty good at Wukong, if I do say so myself, but they're going to take the Poppy. We're pushing P, ladies and gentlemen. We are pushing P. Don't worry, it's pushing P. Nautilus, okay, insta-locked here, or not insta-locked, but picked up for Carrier. Cool, whatever, sorry, I was bored. I got distracted, and I had to just had to do it once. Just had to go off on a random tangent once on the internet, and they will end up picking up the Wukong anyways. Owner wants to opt into the Xin Zhao instead. That works. Ooh, Blind Sivir. Caitlyn is available, but kind of loses into the Sivir. I think Sivir Kate's a more balanced matchup at times, but Sivir should win that. So I don't know if they want to opt into it. But with the counter, what even counters Sivir? Like, I never actually thought of any Sivir counters. I just always think of Sivir as the counter. And they're not gonna lock it in yet. They're gonna take their time. They want to get this top lane, actually. This could be an Ornn angle, but I imagine T1 aren't what we call G2 stupid and know how to ban Ornn, right? Or they really believe... No, okay. Or maybe they really cope that Flandra's bad and Doran wins the matchup. That's the other angle. Yeah, no, not really happening. Trust me, you don't want to see a terrible matchup like that. Do they leave the Galio up is the question, actually. That's the other one. Because Tarzan's going to be really good for setting up the Galio, and Kael's going to be really good at keeping people in the Galio ulti. Corki, taking away Corki does play well into the Sivir. Because Corki just harasses the Sivir before she can actually do any damage. Ah. Aurora, they're going to leave the Galio up. Okay. They don't want to deal with the Aurora matchup potentially, or not even Aurora matchup, but just the Aurora in general, because they are going to lose mid-counter. The Ori spanned already. I was going to say, you can't give... Sadly, as good as Faker is at Ori, you can't give Ori over to pretty much any mid laner right now. All of them should be playing this champion, because you'd be stupid not to. Jhin, final ban taken away. Curtain Call is really good with this comp. Guma should not lock this in. Guma did lock this in. Doggo's 2-0. I was right yesterday. Doggo is 2-0. You know who is at 2-0 on it? This Inter Hansama. Ruining the perfect reputation of Draven at this World Championships. And yeah, that's the pretty easy Galio comp. Like, you see a Wukong, you see a Poppy, you're like, that's a Galio angle. Especially, yeah. This is going mid, though. As they are looking at the Mbessa... Wait, it could be... Oh, it could be Mbessa mid. Oh, sorry, stretch. I don't think we've seen Mbessa mid in a while. 5 and 10. She's been awful at this World Championship. There's been good plays on it, though. Like, you have to remember how good Mbessa is as a champion. Oh! Oh, no. Faker Nivea to counter the Galio lock-in. Oh, you're good at AP champs, huh? You're good at AP champs, you say. Was it G2? Because Nivea is 1-0. I think it was G2 that picked it, right? I don't remember who locked it in. I do remember this, though. Because it was a counter pick. Who the hell locked it in? It was a counter. I remember that. I'm just literally checking. I'm going to just check every single game. I think it was it in a best of? I think it might have been one of the best of threes. Crazy. We're just going everywhere today. Okay. It was caps. I can't confirm it was caps. It was against BLG on day 3. Or not day. It was day 4 because no, it was day 3 because they went to the 1-1. They wanted to get the 1-1s done before day. Yep, never mind. It was on day. Yes, it was on day 3. Caps picks it into Knight. Knight's Rise 1-3-10 on it as he had himself a game, and G2 picked up the win. Obviously, as we saw, Anivia was 1-0, and I don't even know when the last time Faker picked Anivia was. Let's see, 8-2. True. We're literally going to go check Faker's win rate. As you can see, the runes, pretty standard. There's Faker. We're going to look at his all. We're going to see his Anivia. When was the last time he picked it? Did he pick it last year? Did he pick it? There. Did he pick it? No. Did he pick it in season 11? Or 10? Oh, wait, I have to go check manually. It's not ordered by name. It's ordered by... No, he didn't pick it here. We're going to continue to just do this little search. Didn't play it there. Didn't pick it that year. Season 11, though. He didn't pick it. Season 10? He didn't pick it. But what about season 9? No. Season 8? There it is. 2-0 on it in season 8 as he picked it into KSV, so pre-Gen G, actually, KSV Esports, and Kongdu Monster as big trades coming out from this Draven. Let's see if he played it spring this year. Or winter, whatever. Spring. Did he play it in LCK? No. Did he play it in the season playoffs? No, this guy hasn't played Orianna competitively in 7 years, and he's picking it right now. Knockouts of World Championship glory. Why not? The Knockouts of Worlds. What better time to first time a champion or to pick a champion for the first time in 7 years? Screw it. This guy first time Master Yi during a random week of LC of Champions Korea, as there's the engage from Kyle Guma, flashing forwards, looking for first blood, not going to get it quite yet. The autos come through. Hope picks up first blood. Carrier flash it over the wall to safety, and that is a huge save for Kyle and Hope. Oh baby. And this crowd again erupts for the positive play from anyone's legend. They want the LPL to go to grand finals once again. They want a third straight matchup against Korea in the finals. They want a shot. It was 3-1. It was 3-0. It was 3-2. Guma flashing forwards. Look. Oh, my God. Just getting out of range. Kyle's so damn good at this champion, but it does not matter when you're up against a Draven. And you can see Guma. He's just like, God damn. Well, in Korean, he says, God damn it. Because he doesn't speak... I assume he doesn't speak that much English as Carrier. Going to land the hook. Owner is here as Shanks can't flash away in time, but he does just have enough. Owner had nothing to stack the 3 Talon strike against him. So he does get the flash out of the Galio instead. Yeah, you take that. That's a pretty good win. It is still Galio, so he's not, like, immobile, but you're chilling. Holy, okay. We're off on a journey. But I will say, yeah, like, Faker played a game of Master Yi, and then never played him again. Just in a random week of summer. Or what was it? Like in a random week of Champions Korea, he just picked Master Yi. And then they never even considered, like they never did anything with it again. Never picked it, never threatened to pick it or anything. Nope, he just played one game of Master Yi. Faker is forever, I think, 1 or 2-0 on this champion. And no, it has to be 1-0 because he just played it and then didn't touch it. So that is kind of just how Faker is. First timing a champion, or not first timing, sorry. playing a champion for the first time in 7 years, right up his alley. As Flandra is actually really diveable. Insanely diveable. They're going to spot that there's no camps up here. There's no jungler up here. This should be Flandra in a body bag. As Owner stacking up the 3 talent strike. Flandra able to flash away. He's trying to do whatever he can to run. And he's going to at least grab the trade. And Flandra picks up the 1-for-1 in the tower dive. Oh, nah. Oh, nah. 2 tower dives, 2 fails from 2. I guess that wasn't a tower dive. That was a chase. You were willing to trade your life if it gets you a kill because you're Draven. Nice amount of stat, and it's ruined. It was a nice one auto. It was a nice 1 axe catch for Gumayusi, and then it wasn't. We had 1 whole auto attack where it was nice. Because if Guma gets early cash out, it's not a ton of gold. I don't remember the translation of it. I have to actually go check. I don't freaking know what the translation of it is. I'm just gonna go. Why did I do that? Sorry. Sometimes you just forget what you're doing. 50%. 25 times 2. So he had, I think, 17. So that is an extra. That would have been like an extra 50 gold. Public execution on a faker. As there is the heroic entrance. You could barely see the damn thing, but it's there. And it's going to be Feet of Warfare to AL. And they're looking damn good on this aggressive draft. Bang. Okay. What does this want? Leave me alone. Wait, what? Sorry, Nick. Okay, so Guma at 100. We could get a Drake. I mean, it's not even a hard mathematic equation. I'm just lazy. Basic just trying to. There we go. Okay, anything cool happening? No. Guma going towards that BT. I talked about this yesterday, why everyone should be building BT. Not for as a capstone item. Most players should be building BT as a capstone, but Draven and Misfortune are the exception. They build it first because it's way too good for them. It's insanely good for them, actually. As Shanks... Whoa, sorry, I had to watch a really bad Galio gameplay yesterday, too. Like, I had to watch someone go full AP Galio into double AP, and it was painful, so I was suffering. I got the will to suffer. I got the right to, not the will. Just the right. I didn't want to, but I had the right to suffer. Dude, like, 3 of Draven's abilities are the same picture. Anyways, Grubs started in exchange for Drake from T1 and AL, respectively. Anything else? No. 3 Grubs in exchange for first Drake. This helps the split pushing for T1 if they do get to the point of split pushing, or when they get to try and split push, I guess is the better way to put it, because they will. It's almost impossible to not side lane. You have to really try to not side lane. Ugh. No first items. Tarzan going towards that early, or I guess not early, but Triforce first item. We're pretty close to... Oh, Flandra dropping some minions. We're pretty close. Well, we were not pretty close to that. I guess we were, technically, as it did happen. As Hope is fine, gets the CS. He's fine. Spell Shield didn't really need to worry about it. It's weird. Spell Shield doesn't actually proc if you're already in the Blizzard. So that's kind of cool. That's actually really useful, I should say. It's really useful because I think it does prevent you from... I think it prevents you from getting slowed. Does it? I'm going to go actually check if there's a marked interaction, because Spell Shield has some interactions. C notes. What do you mean? Whoa. Shanks getting ganked as he will flash away the execution. Not in time. Kyle going to go for the stun. Pretty sick angle, but that is all they will get. I am dumb. There we go. That was big. I want to see how this specifically interacts. As Shanks getting chunked, he's not even chunked. Not really anything. Okay, so I'm looking at... No, I'm not seeing... Well, I mean, it could just be non-exhaustive list. Sorry. Oh, I was supposed to do that in between games. I'm doing that after this game, I assume. I don't know. Sorry, I forgot to charge my headphones. I forgot to go charge them now, and we'll do it after this game. Totally. Essence Reaver already finished for Hope. Everyone else is pretty behind him in that sense. Flandra is down a ton of CS, so he's pretty even with Doran right now. Even with that early lead he got, or the early 2 kills, the free 2 kills at that. But the kill is about the difference for Doran right now. So getting that kill back mattered. Wait, hold on. What? On the Hunt makes Sivir's on basic attacks reduce her basic abilities cooldowns? I did not know that. That's pretty useful. I mean, it's already a good ultimate. I always trashed on Sivir's ultimate because I'm like, it's not that good. But no, it is really good. Getting, like, on average, 25% move speed for most of the game. It's pretty good. I did not know it had the on-hit effect, so that's cool. As Shanks, I don't think he W'd before that, actually, so he's just kind of suffering, and he gets out. He did it. He is building up towards that Hollow Radiance. As he actually has a gold lead. That is kind of the downside, is that Anivia doesn't have any kill threat, and especially because he fell behind early. Or not, was on the receiving end of that cash money play. What the hell? I was baited. Whatever. I was baited with my energy drink today. It's Kyle. Jukes. That was just funny. It meant nothing. Kyle was burning a sum to cycle his spellbook. And it was a sick hook attempt. Sorry, there's a piece of dust that flew right in front of my face. Epic. Hollow Radiance finished for Shanks. Eclipse and Leandry's finished on the last resets for Flandra and Doran. Okay. So everyone has their first item except for Draven somehow. Not anymore. I was like, he has to be resetting for it. He was. Hope picks up the Ricochet. And Flandra is getting chunked. He ulties right on top. Oh, the chase. Does he have the W available? Holy crap, Flandre! What an insane outplay. Wait, no! Guma with the snipe. And a big cash out. I didn't see how many stacks he had. Ah, crap. God damn it. I saw the 170 pop up for, oh, wait, have they found an engage? Carrier getting jumped on, but he's getting away from Tarzan as they knock Gumayushi away. Owner jumping in onto Kyle. They need to keep Hope alive. Carrier, holy cow. I mean, Hope literally, not as in they're hopeless with this play failing. No, they literally need to keep Hope alive. He is their DPS right now as Doran unspotted on a flank as the Cyclone is connecting onto Faker. Shanks is here, and they're going to get a Nivea. Egg Nivea now at that. Tarzan should be able to pick this one up, and there's the bonk going through. It's T1 reeling from a counter punch from anyone's legend going forwards. Kyle has found Gumayushi, and it's a double for Tarzan, the monkey man. It's a fitting champion to be playing today, and they counter the incredible play. They get the play in the top lane. Guma gets the cash out. They lose the Drake, or they get the Drake on top of it. And then they slam T1 in a delayed fight. And Doran doesn't have ulti. And then huge stun coming through. I mean, he was dead no matter what, but big stun. And then Guma forced to flash away. Flandra putting the boots to, or the chains things to asses. And then flash engage from Kyle is gorgeous. And Tarzan, 2 kills on the play. And Tabe. Yeah, Tabe is a G. We love Tabe in this house. We love Tabe in this house. I don't care what region you're a fan of. He's a GOAT. My Cantonese legend. World's finalist, Tabe. He played on BLG, right? No, he coached BLG. Sorry, I'm thinking he played... Who else did he play on? Did he play for... I don't remember. I do know he played for more teams than Royal Club. Whatever. Straven's not even accelerated. Like, even with the cash out, that was to close a gold gap. But Hope now... Oh, Tarzan with his 200th international kill. Congratulations. Shanks, Oppo. And Herald has been pushed off of as the hook connects onto Tarzan, but doesn't get the full pull. But here comes a teleport from... Oh, Kyle with the nice engage. And there's a nice cancel on the Justice Punch. But there's the taunt. Guma goes down. Owner trades for Kyle, but it's not going to be enough as he falls himself. Faker trying to save his support, and he will, but they lose the Drake, or the Herald fight, excuse me. And Doran looking for first turret, if he can even get it. Or no, second turret. They already lost first turret as well. They've lost everything. They're getting slapped across the rift right now. 2,500 gold in the lead for anyone's legend. They get the Rift Herald on top of it. Flandra gonna start chunking out this top tier 1. As Shanks chasing down Doran. Probably shouldn't chase him down much longer. And it starts with his hook. And then beautiful E ult. Nice ulti from Owner in response. Just gets dropped. I mean, nice depth charge, I guess, but it's just not enough. It's just not enough. Everything going in favor of anyone's a legend in this game. Even their lost plays turn into won ones. And you could see that Shanks has been busy. 1-0-5 in this game. Already, it begins. Now IE already in the pocket of Hope. That's dangerous. I think he meant to say to the LPL, because T1 have definitely lost best of 5s. They've lost approximately 4 of them. They've lost 4 best of 5s, actually. 2 finals? 2 finals, 2 semis? 3 finals, 2 semis? 3 finals, 2 semis. Or 3 finals, 1 semi. Galaxy DRX and what was their other semifinals loss? Wait, hold on. No, I have to do math. Ah, crap. As Flandra jumping in onto Mr. Faker and going to miss the public execution, and he just gotta leave. The wall forces out the flash. Teleport's coming in. Owner trying to chase down Doran. There's the jump in from Owner with the audacious charge flash, and they're gonna find him. But they're going to trade across the map right now as Guma down. Carrier in danger. They gotta finish this before the rest of T1 get over. Hope double in the top jungle of the enemy team as the Herald charging in, and this should save the AL bot lane and should pick up a whole ass turret in mid lane. And it's going to get another charge on top of it. Bang! And AL find a huge play. Not even a cross map. That's on the same side of the map. Cross map implies that it was on the other side. No, that was right behind the play T1 were making. And that is a gorgeous response from the bot lane of anyone's legend. Boom. Snap engage on to Guma, and he gets the flash as well. I mean, you trade Hope's flash for it, but you're willing to trade your support and ADC's flash if you get the other ADC's flash and get 2 kills on top of it without handing a single thing over. Now you're okay with it. In game 1, this is not. T1 look vastly behind. Does Flandre have teleport? He does have teleport. This has already started. Tarzan has shown teleport coming in from Flandre down to the bot lane. It'll just be regular Cyclone in, as here comes the heroic entrance as well. On top of it, they're trying to just get him down, but they're going to lose Tarzan. They're trying to burst down Owner. They give over the Atacon, but is it enough? Hope has 1, and there's 1 more for Flandre. Guma barely able to get away from the public execution, and AL 2 for 2, but T1 win the, or 2 for 1, but T1 get the Atacon. That is so crucial to their game state right now. So important. They really need this. Biko. Biko is best decision. Sorry, I really like Nico. I'm a big Nico enjoyer, and I had to pay for the pass. I'm sad I bought the pass. I had to buy the pass. Had to. I mean, to get the skin. Now you get the skin. This is a problem. No, it's not. I don't buy that much. Big engage, but it's a little too early. Carrier with the big... Ooh, the axes do a lot, and the Aftershock actually gets the kill crazy. Oh, they're just able to jump in and grab that before going down. Otherwise, we're in for a dumpster fire. Just go send it. Why not? See what happens. All right, 25 petals is about... so that's about... a little over 1k in AP right now, as Doran and Faker have both have 475 gold efficiency or gold value worth of stats, and on the other side 1,500, so they have about 2,500 gold in petals in adaptive force from the petals. As there's the jump in, huge call. The equalizer is nice though. Hold on, wait. The eject is there, but there's the public execution into the back line. Maybe T1 can pull this one back, but AL need to get the hell out of Dodge. They go way too deep. They're trying to get the value for Hope. Guma cashes out big. And Shanks has the jukes, but does he have the ability to run? He does not. AL way too deep. They can't find anything. Guma gets a second. And T1 with the clapback in their jungle. That is a disaster. Way too much of a mistake. Such a big error. How did AL hand that over? What are they doing there? Why are they diving? They don't know where anyone on T1 is. There's nothing to fight over. They're fighting over second and blue buff. Like, no. They're fighting over a blue buff that they don't need. Like, may I remind you, this isn't even Baron blue buff. No, this isn't corrupted blue buff. This is regular. This is for oh, jacket's off. It's GG's. The jacket's off, buddy. You're done. But this is not even upgraded. This is not. Oh my goodness. It's called Draconic. That's rad. But this is the Draconic blue buff. You're not even... This is the signet... And Faker has the most kills in international history, if you can imagine. 1,100 international kills now. Like, that's crazy. These include Daisy. Yeah, it's literally just Daisy. Sorry. what the hell do you do? You've just handed over a slight gold lead to T1. Experimental Hex Plate coming in for Guma. Okay. It is a 3-item Sivir, so you're in a really strong position ADC-wise. Your whole team is still in a really strong position. That is the thing. They just need to find a proper fight that they can take, because that catch-out was not a catch-out. You're running into the enemy jungle as Tarzan still off vision, unspotted. Keria has spotted him. There's the jump in. They get onto 3. Big combo coming through. Owner gets the Drake still. Can they find the fight to keep it going? Flandra on 1 HP. They want to keep going. Hope 1v1. Guma falls. And that is a big pair of kills to AL. 1,000 gold in the lead. A 1,500 gold swing on that one. They want the bear, and they're going to call for it. This is their shot to put this game in the... Oh, no, Faker. There's the engage, and that's going to be Agnivia. Doran might be joining them on the side, as this is too much, and he... Flash forward from Hope. Is it enough? It is. They get the hook on to Hope, but he's gone too deep. Keria gives the ace and the Baron to anyone's legend. Oh, that is an overstep to end all oversteps. And then just the attempt to save the game, it's not enough. They try their damnedest to finish it, or to maybe pull it back. It's not. It's not. And Tabe's talking. Tabe's not having it. Tabe's confused. A blip in the radar is the correct phrase. Sorry. I'm being critical for no reason. Tier 2 going down for T1. This is... They had an angle, and then AL with a team fight of a lifetime. 5,500 in the lead. Equalizer goes down. They have the redemption to keep Hope at full HP pretty much. It's not going to clear out the wave still, as Shank's trying to just keep this wave as dead as possible so that T1 can't push up with it. As on top side, Flandra going to start pushing this in. So they get the first cannon down in mid. But you can see the damage on... Well, you can't see the damage on the turret in the top lane. Shanks tanking a lot. As Poppycopter charged. Poppycopter not going to be finished, or not going to be released. And it needs 3 more shots. But they're not going to be able to grab it. It's only going to get 2 of them. All right, 2 more shots and this turret falls as Flandra continues the push in the top lane. He's going to keep this wave there. They found Tarzan, at least they think they have, and they haven't really. Keria trying to hold the wave for as long as he can, but here goes... Oh, never mind. Colossal Smash doesn't even need the cannon minion to keep this going. As next Baroned up wave is here for Flandra as T1 turn their focus up to the top side. Base defense is so damn hard now. As they got access into the base, they're going to get 2 inhibitors for this play. 10 seconds on the Baron. They aren't going to get their last resets in. They're going to have to just be careful, because this is where teams throw games. They get over ambitious. They get overzealous. Their eyes too big for their head. Sick cancel, but wrong side of the wall, unfortunately. And, ooh, there's a team fight coming up, and AL finally going to get their resets in. 6-1 and 7. I didn't even notice how hard Hope was popping off in this game. I mean, they're going to be big items. That is a full Mortal Reminder purchase for Hope on base. That is a full GA. Holy crap. Tarzan close to his GA. Shanks picks up parts of the Hourglass. 8-stack Dark Seal for him as well. Kyle finishes the locket, most importantly. As you can see, the itemization of T1, it's not even close. Guma stuck on 3.5 items with the collector. Doesn't have his mortal quite yet. Faker with the actually matching Shanks pretty well. But 3K advantage for Hope means that there is no hope for T1 to contest this. The ulti comes through just to try and steal it away. Doesn't even get close. And 6,000 ahead for AL. Most of it on this ADC, and that is so damn important. Bloodletters for Doran's. Bloodletters for Doran. Not Doran's ring, for Doran himself. Kyle charging up the ulti, gonna just let it expire. Faker gets jumped on by Tarzan. Nice hook, but there's the engage. Forcing out the flashes. 3 found with the heroic entrance. The equalizer not doing enough to turn the tide of the fight. As Flandra diving in. Guma going to only get a GA. Double for Tarzan. And it's going to be anyone's legend. Making it a best of 3 for the semifinals. They pick up the ace. They will tie the series. And oh boy, Shanghai's happy to hear this one. And they believe in the Pandas. They believe in Shanks and Hope and Kyle and Tarzan and Flandra. As we are tied up. Oh boy. This is what we signed up for when you heard AL versus T1 in the quarterfinals. This is what you were thinking of. This is what you asked for. And oh boy, oh my god. This is if any of these quarterfinals were to go to 5, it was this or AL. The last time T1 didn't sweep the quarters, it just popped up now on screen. The last time they didn't sweep quarters was Splice, who took a miracle game off of them back in 2019. Of course, they didn't make 2020, so that didn't matter. 2021 was the 3-0 over HLE. 2022 was a 3-0 over, was it North America? No, EU. No, they 3-0'd RNG. 2023, 3-0 over LNG. That was the LPL versus SKT, of course. And then 2024, they 3-0'd Top Esports, oddly enough, the team they will face if they win this series. Oh, weird. Deja vu. But, oh my god, Flandra survives 2, or not survives, but he wins 2 top lane, the outplays, big outplays in the top side. He does die. This was elite. This whole play, this whole sequence was crazy. It starts with the Flandra 1v1 against Doran that he lives. Guma picks up the cash out, of course, and I think the shutdown as well. And then in the bot lane, T1 get the dragon, lose the fight. Just crazy. Just everywhere across the rift in this early game is crazy. And then AL take over, but T1 fight back. They get a huge team fight. They get a giant ace in their own jungle. And then AL get them back. And this is, oh my god. This is why. This is why we love the World Championships. Oh my god. Series is tied, best of 3. Both these teams looked pretty good last game, but AL come out on top. Who will move to match point as game 3 is up next? And we're back. Oh my god, what a game 2. Just, oh. Some ints from anyone's legend, but they kept it under control. They won the team fights when it mattered most. And we are tied at 1-1. It is a best of 3 for the semifinal spot against Top Esports. A very winnable game for both of these teams. And oh, This is gorgeous. This series is already incredible. Just, oh my God, delivering as promised so far. But I mean, there's a lot going down. This was T1 dominance mostly in game number 1 in that mid to late game, and then AL some coin flip fights to really try and int this game. Like, holy cow, they really wanted to int some of this game. I can't even be like nice about it or apologetic. They kind of threw. What are those things? Is that just part of the table? I guess. I can't tell what the hell those things are. I've been seeing them all tournament. They have these weird things. But we saw the proficiency of... Oh my God, we are in the draft. Why are we not seeing the draft? Like, literally, we could see it on the players' screens that we're in draft. Thank you. Here we are, into the draft. We saw Shanks get to be pretty good on Rise. We saw Tarzan go absolutely off. We saw Flandra in these these 2v1 and 1v1 outplay scenarios. We saw Hope really get to pop off on the Sivir. Wither. But the Sivir was really good. So that's kind of what they've shown they have. They have the 1v1. They have probably the better top laner right now. They might have the better jungler, and they have debate, and like without a doubt, the better bot lane in my mind right now. Baker held his own. He did really well. I mean, T1 didn't like lose terribly until the end. That was like when they were just completely outmatched in gold value. But it was Guma just didn't really get put into carry. But he did have some good plays. Definitely had some good plays. Carrier, had some incredible catch-outs. No, that was the Nautilus. Never mind. Not so many great catch-outs. I was thinking game 1 where Carrier really popped off on the Rakan. Nothing really crazy. Yunara taken away from Guma to close out that ban phase, or the first ban phase. So what do you take here with it? I don't think you take Renekton. And Bessa is down. You could actually blind Renekton and kind of just get yourself in a really strong spot. I don't think it's a good option, but they're going to blind the Cassante with the Mbessa down and Rek'Sai down, actually. Okay. I mean, that's the power of Fearless. Really, the power of Fearless. You they get rid of the Trundle, so there's no worry about that. And then Rek'Sai and Mbessa have already been played. The 2 main counters to the Cassante are down for the rest of the series. And, well, now Cassante's down for the rest of the series, too, but that was a big pickup. Kael is kind of good at Bard. I do like his Bard. I'm a fan of his Bard. Like, Kael, a lot of supports have been picking up the Bard. But Kael is a Bard enjoyer. Doesn't have a World Championship skin on it, but he is a big Bard enjoyer, as it will be Tarzan taking the tournament ever since going 0-9, 8-1 for him. I believe the only loss was Mkoy. I think it was Mkoy, like, randomly. Like, because it was after G2 picked up the win on it. I believe... Was Mkoy the first to lose on it in a while? No. Oh, it's Top. That's right. TES broke the win streak as Kanavi picked up a loss against Billy Gaming in game number 1. It's going to be Ziggs flexible. We've been seeing some teams, mostly BLG, be willing to move this into the mid lane if the situation is available, like if the situation calls for it, but it's likely in the hands of Guma as a blind ADC pick, and it's going to be the Vi for owner. Ori's down. What do they want? Shank's just going to potentially blind the Aurora. They kind of do need to take this away from T1. But they also would have got it next pick anyways. Oh, something in my eye again. God damn it. Leona, gone. Big lockdown support's going to be the focus here for AL. You don't want any follow-up on the cease and desist to allow for longer, to allow for bigger Ziggs ultis and or team collapses. So definitely a big deal. It's probably going to be a big focus to get rid of another... I don't know actually if they need to get rid of another... What's another lockdown support? Like, you're not locking in Renata. You're showing Ziggs ADC. You're showing Ziggs bot lane. You're not taking out Renata. It's such a useless champion with the Ziggs. Cassio. Oh, they think this is Flandra Aurora. Okay. They're preparing just in case they were thinking they could move this into the top lane. Because Aurora is pretty good into the Cassante. As, ooh, Keria getting target banned. That's mostly, I mean, I don't think there's anyone else at the tournament playing Pyke right now. That's still in the tournament, at least. No, I can't even think of another player who would play it, so. Nope. Do they want to get rid of Kai'Sa? They do want to get rid of Kai'Sa. Okay. Xayah available. Do you really want Xayah if they're showing Ziggs? Yeah, it's not this. You could go Jhin. Jhin could be the angle. I think that's kind of their best option right now to match the range of the Ziggs, especially later on. I can see the angle for the Misfortune, but I think it's a Jhin angle. Like, there are so many times where it's like, you should never pick Jhin, but this is a pretty good time to lock in the Jhin. It plays into the Ziggs very well. It plays from a long enough range that you can usually be with your team as well. So it's going to be very hard to get a Cassante on top of you. It's very easy to get a Vi on top of you, but usually you're far back enough that you could actually bring the Vi into your team to potentially actually get a collapse out of it. Especially because Jhin big on move speed, so can actually start hauling the Vi back if he gets fast enough. But this is one way to punish it. Blitzcrank for Keria. There we go. I predicted that we'd be seeing some Blitzcranks. And it's gonna be double AP. There's no Galio anymore, but they have Ornn. They do have Ornn, actually, if they want to take an angle, but... Oh, no way. Into the Sylas. We've seen this before. Oh, we've seen this matchup too. Shanks feeling himself. He wants to lock in a melee mid. And it's going to be Flandra on the Aurora in the top lane. Shanks against the Yone. Against Faker's Sylas. We've seen both of these guys perform on these champs before. This is an anime battle. Two shirtless men fighting to the death. Shirtless men. Anime battle. And that's on with the Blitzcrank hat. Hold on. Okay, that's a cool ass hat. I like that one. But oh, we haven't even contested. No contest on Nico is crazy. Unless she's disguised as one of those 4 champions over there. We have not seen a Nico yet. And we have not seen it contested here. Okay. I mean, I don't know. There's a reason for 10-1 on the Aurora. Holy. Especially because we haven't been seeing the top lane Aurora nearly as much as we were before. This is an angle for not only just taking away a powerful champion, but getting a good counter pick into T1. They're getting a good counter pick into Doran. Ow. Hit my table. This could be a big deal for AL. This could be a big win. I mean, for either side, this is a huge win, and it is on the line. Remember, one more win after this brings you to the semifinals. Oh boy. Already a great series. Will we see more Kyle busting out the world's bard? Kyle taunting AL chants loud. But Kyle rocking Keria's skin. Maybe a little bit of a taunt. Is Shanks using Faker's skin on it? No. Shanks going to go, I don't know which one that is. Hook comes in. Shanks will be okay. Hope not using the T1 skin from very long. The SKT Jhin skin, not even oh my god, I hate this cable. Sorry. Not even the T1 Jhin. It's SKT Jhin. That's how old that thing is. One way back at 2016. for the third world title, which is crazy that we have to specify which world title it is. But Faker can abuse this level, or not level, XP, or this health advantage. God, I picked the two things that are the same thing, but not the thing I need to talk about. Scaria should be able to land a pretty good hook here if Kyle is just disrespecting like this. He's trying to just juke. He's trying to juke as best he can. It's so difficult. The mind games that Caria has available to him. Pretty big. It's a good amount of damage. They're going to get hope with this. And that's barrier forced. Right there on the reload, too. Okay, good force. Bunt Guma. Or, well, not Guma. So, yeah, Guma chunked down hope with the XP, or the health, still in his favor, and because they are zoned off the wave early with the XP advantage as well. As Doran, I think, juked away from the E, got the auto attack, though. Is Kyle hooked under the tower with the satchel charge as well. And he will be able to flash out, heal, and keep himself alive. Great play there from T1's bot lane. And that is a big pair of summoners to grab right now. Both combat sums burned already for AL's bot. Okay, good start for T1. Shanks is out of potions, most importantly. So that's a pretty big deal. Shanks has no potions. He does have teleport, though, so it's not that big a deal. Ooh. Oh. So it's not as big of a diff, but the big diff here. Kyle, Hope, they have nothing but a flash on Hope still. Kyle can't really take Hex Flash. Bard not really known for his Hex Flash potential. As Owner off vision. There's no Q3 at the moment for Shanks as Vault Breaker connects, but the flash away. Wait, hold on. Owner getting jumped on. Do AL have the counterpunch? Kyle doesn't connect the stun. They don't burn Owner's flash, most importantly. They really wanted it. Owner just off vision. Good time. Hook cancels. They just don't get it. There's no lollipopping on the hook. I mean, it's a circle, so yeah, technically there is. But you know what I mean. Ooh, lane swap. Okay. Okay, so Flandra basically playing a mid lane right now in the top lane. He is a short-range mage comparatively, though comparatively is the key word because the only thing that outranges Aurora is a Ziggs and a Kate, pretty much. There's very few things that actually outrange. Like, she is pretty comfortable in most lanes. Let's teleport out from Shanks. Faker will now be able to grab his reset. Just looking at items. Flandra just has to give that up. It's a tough one. Guma should be able to win this poke war out as your Ziggs. You are the Ziggs. You can win this poke war pretty easily. Hope is okay with landing into Doran, though. Is Kyle going to be on some adventures on his own journeys as Shanks doesn't have flash. He needs to be very careful as Faker gets the jump. Shanks has the little caretaker's shrines. Is Kyle coming down to bot lane? Doran still pretty safe. Has the vision. Shanks, no flash. There's the hook connecting, and this should be first blood over. Oh, so close. Faker triple amped home. Not enough AP, apparently. Sorry, I'm just fixing something, like, on repeat. Whatever. Screw it. Oh. No, I'm too close to that. I'm gonna fix that. Oh, Faker face checking too hard. He has the flash available. Is going to be able to get out with the abscond, the abduct. As Shanks over the wall finds Owner with the fate sealed. And it is indeed that for him. Hope picks up first blood for anyone's legend. And now it is a free dragon for the Panda Squad. Brutal. Faker lives, and his jungler just has to suffer. Ooh, does he connect the Q? Nice stun. Nice response with the Pathmaker. Just saw it coming. Just reads it. Ooh, that's pretty loud. Nice. Q3 connects. Not going to be able to get anything else off of it. Is coming down is Tarzan. Stun connects, the root not going to. And Hope not going to the Deadly Flourish. Not connecting. Pretty rough. Why is... It feels like Jin's spell names are reversed. I swear to God, I'm not... I got those wrong. No. It just feels like Captive Audience would be the name of the ability that is the root, you know? But what do I know? It feels like Deadly Flourish would be the thing that, you know, flourishes. Is that actually what that's called? Every moment matters? I mean, that is a Jin quote, so fair. Whatever. The gold lead pretty much just on Hope right now. It's very even otherwise. Slightly in the favor of AL, but they should be able to also match it pretty comfortably. Everywhere else, the waves aren't in really bad spots for anyone. Is Shank's coming up mid. They want to get these grubs. They have the Fate sealed again. They pushed out this wave pretty comfortably, or not comfortably, very easily. In mid lane is Guma gonna get chunked hard, or between worlds used. But AL don't really care. Nice chunk onto Guma to really just ensure that there is no contest on these grubs. I think both times there have been 3 grubs taken. That team has lost the game. Doran gets a plate and bot. Who cares? I say that it's a big deal to keep Doran actually pretty even with Flandra. Even though he's not that far behind. Owner shows on top lane. Sniffles. It's only a 300 gold lead, so it's just Hope. Hope is literally the Hope right now, but that's not really meaning anything because it's such a microscopic gold diff. So this will be the teleport out of Guma. Hope doesn't juke, and Q Flash doesn't connect, but there's the cease and desist, and in comes the Mega Inferno Bomb, and they find the kill onto Hope. He just has to flash the hook. You just gotta flash the hook. Just play safe. If you're gonna burn your flash, just flash the hook at that point. Owner absolutely borks his Q Flash. Tarzan covering mid pretty well. Get out of the way. There you go. Gotta move something. Well, I mean, that's something. Guma does pay back the kill. Hope is now down a little over a wave, which is good. Well, for T1, it's not good for Hope, obviously. Good for Guma. Shanks is down a good amount. Not an insane amount, but a good amount. For your Tarzan. Okay. We're going to phrase it that weird. No first items coming through. Shouldn't have that much gold on the Rift yet. Only 16,000. A very small amount. Flandra is just picking up, I believe, 2 plates for free. I think so. No, only 1. Doesn't get the second. Even with the Grubbos. Or even with the Mites, I guess. And the passive. So Faker going to slow push this in. Okay, double 6s for the supports. Flandra just going to continue to chunk. So this should be a plating for Flandra. Yep, there it is. It's Keria. There is no flash available for Hope right now. Ooh. They don't know where Keria is. Kyle needs to be very careful. Saw the ward, so he knows someone's in that bush and I should not be going there. So they've successfully gotten them out of the river for a little bit out of the river. Enough of the river. That's the way to put it. as owner, starting up this Drake. Tarzan's gonna make it. As Carrier just watching, waiting for Tarzan. They're gonna get him. And there's the cease, the desist, and the Mega Inferno Bomb. Perfectly tempered, faded, but Tarzan in danger. Curtains are open. But there's nothing else they can do. Tarzan's way too low. Kyle too low. Flandra trying to do what he can between worlds. But Shanks is getting caught. He's going to be able to Q3 over the wall, and he will get out with his life. But it's 2 for nothing for T1, and they will split the dragons as they pick up the feat of warfare on top of it. Ooh. They don't have vision on the Blitzcrank, and they get punished. And that is kind of a big deal. You need a lot of vision, as just Kyle trying doesn't. The smite is perfect. Just hoping to, no, he was trying to pressure out an early stun or an early smite. That was it. But it was also at 600, so it didn't matter. He had the upgraded smite already. Oops, you didn't see anything. Or not runes, sorry. Oh, Guma possibly caught. Satchel's away. Is the root not connecting? But he's still dead. Hope perfectly fine, which is walking forwards and putting him in the ground. Okay. Oh. Okay. Kill going over, 2 kills over to Hope. So that is a big deal for AL. They get the Yomus finished. Skooma teleporting to mid, so there's no one to cover this top turret. But there's no wave, so Shanks probably doesn't get this in fast enough. I would say so. Oh, never mind. Okay, we're in a violent game. More violent than the first game, but not as violent as the second game. Cool. 45 seconds on the Herald. I'm trying to find smite upgrade timers. Transforms once 20. So yeah, he had it already. Once 20 once 20 treats are given. Yeah, okay, so he was fine. Cool. Look, sometimes you just gotta make sure of things that you aren't super certain on. I don't play jungle that often, so I don't know the treat timers, like, at all. It's 10 seconds now on Herald. T1 have gained full control of the river. Doran has 2 kills. So not the most useful 2 kills, but also definitely a good 2 kills. It's better than it going to, like, Blitz or something. So you take those. It's Kyle spotting the play. Doesn't have a sweeper available right now. So, Flandra. Unspotted, but will have to escape as Guma. They're waiting for as much damage to go down as they can. They waited for the satchel to drop, and there's the curtain call. Fighting one, getting a lot out of carry as well. They get the exhaust out of the Blitzcrank, and they will get the push out of the river for them to pick up this Rift Herald. Perfectly played by AL, and this should be a pretty free turret. They want to get this first turret down. They get it. They get the feats of strength as a whole. This is a big pickup. And just before they had a... That's why they called everyone. And I see. Cool. Perfect. T1 didn't really have anything. Guma just alone in mid leads to a kill, and then way later, like several minutes later, they just kind of don't make an angle. a great Tempered Fate to push Guma closer, allows the Between Worlds to connect to get the slow. I don't actually know if they got the cat or the Deadly Flourish or not on him. But then the curtains are open. He has nowhere to run. And AL get another kill onto Hope. He's building up towards that RFC. Should build Runan's totally great idea. No. How does attack speed work with Jhin again? No, I know it doesn't, but it translates into, yeah, his passive. Okay, so he gains more AD because of it. And his crits give movement speed based on his attack speed as well. Okay. I just had to make sure that I got it all right, and I did get it all right. Or I got it right after chat. I just want to make sure, because I know that it increases, because he doesn't get attack speed. What is his attack speed growth, actually? As Rift Herald is dropped in mid, we'll see if this goes. Oh, it goes up to 944. Okay. Do they get the charge? I don't know. I think they might just try to turn this into a fight instead, but the Rift Herald drops. And they get nothing out of that besides they buy some time to get into the river. Now T1 having to push a little bit into the darkness, but they have a vague idea of where AL are hanging out. It's Flandra's off vision, but he's going to have to answer this mid wave. Double Bard ulti's available. What are we going to see come through? As they're going to get it on the Drake early. They're trying to push down this tier 1 in mid instead. They're going to just have to peel off and give. The wave is cleared, and Flandra going to be able to completely cover the turret. Okay, Guma satchels it, so they get something out of that. And it's only a second Drake, so it's not the end of the world, as there's the catch onto Carrier. The Mega Inferno Bomb just tickles him, as Shanks picks up his first kill of the game, and AL get the gold right back in their favor. Right when T1 thought they might have gotten that equal gold trade, they don't. Perfect catch out. And Hope, 4 takedowns, 100% KP so far in this very early still developing game. But Hope with the RFC now, he's about 500-ish ahead of Guma. And the pullback, that is a lot of damage. That's crazy. That's so much. Any other items coming through? I know we're going to the Horizon, or not the Horizon, sorry. We are going to the Seraphs for Gumas. It will automatically upgrade once he completes it. He has so many stacks. He has maximum stacks, even, if you will. It is a 2-stack Dark Seal for Faker for now. I say for now because we are in the future. It might not be. Okay, Atacon in the bot lane now. Available. So, who? I don't remember if. Sorry. Atacon taunted, but no T1 can see that the Atacon has started, so they're going to just not do it. Also, they weren't going to do it. T1 looking for the angle. T1 going to get the vision control over the bot river. It's crazy. Ooh. Out. Ooh, Shanks? No damage on to Dora, and he is so bulky, even with the max percent health damage, or the percent max health damage. That's the correct way to put it. As Doran looking to go all out. Shanks is trapped. He's going to be able to Q out to safety. He's going to survive. Dashes away with the soul unbound. Doesn't need a flash, I believe, but does it anyways. And the big thumbs up. I love that emote. I need to get it. I have some extra RP lying around. I have to grab that emote. It's one of my favorite emotes in the game already. Oh my god. Shanks probably didn't. I don't think he needed to flash. I think he just did it in case of emergency. But no Atacon taken during all this. No Atacon taken yet. Woo! It is Horizon focus. Okay, we're delaying Seraph's to third item. I know. Look, I think it builds out of the same thing, right? Oh, Carrier forced to flash away from the Tempered Fate. Now jumping in the teleport, coming through from Shanks and Flandra, and going over back to Gumayushi. The pull was too much, and the Fate sealed forces Carrier actually to drop dead. As there's the is that the Between Worlds? Stolen Between Worlds. Sorry. As now T1 turning the fight back in their favor. The curtain call already down. As Tarzan stuck in the pit. Flandra and Hope trying to do as much damage as they can. Flandra, excuse me, good to pick up one. Owner chasing, running now, as they're looking for Flandra. Flash for Flash. As the Q, Flash connects, but he's going to continue drifting away. Does he have the across the veil? He does not. Owner picks up his second, and 4 for 1. Well, 2 actually carry a respawn in favor of T1. They will get the Atacon, and oh, baby. Okay. We are, oh boy, we're in there. Okay, engage. Shanks just has no damage at that point. He can't hit anything. Getting stopped on his engage is so crucial, and then Hope just has to start tailing it. Tarzan jumps into the Cataclysm, dies in it. Guma does get the burn at least to get another kill back, but that is all they will get in exchange for that and the Atacon. 19 petals, you already know the math. It's like 2,000-ish gold. I don't care. I'm not doing more math. I'll do more math later. Ah, my foot. There we go. Soul point at least, but it's 2k in the lead for T1. And now, I was going to say, Baron's not on the Rift. I thought about it for a second. I was looking at it. I was like, I don't think it's there. Owner passes Gala for 10th most international kills. He's made it into the top 10, 516 now, if I'm not mistaken. I think. I don't know. Could be. There it is. 516. Owner gets to do it. He gets to be in the top 10. Congratulations. This is getting dangerous. Baron on the Rift. They've spotted out this ward. Neck. So that's about 4k in 2k in gold, 2k in stats. Nose itch. I was going to check something. I don't remember what I was going to check. I was going to check a thing, and I don't remember what it was. So we're going to just ignore it and pretend it's okay, because I don't remember. Oh, it's the goal. I'm not going back and checking that for now. Some other time we'll do it. It's about 2,000, always. Unless you have microscopic amounts of petals. But you do get, I think you have 15 for killing the Atacon, right? You get a set amount for killing Atacon. And you get all blood roses. I know that. Wait, Darren DePaul voices Atacon? Dude, that's rad. As Carrier jumping in onto Tarzan. He's going to actually get Saved by the teammates, but he's actually getting a good buffer there. And Flandra with the ulti just in case of emergency, but now jumping in onto the rabbit. Vastaya, the witch is dead, and Owner's done the killing. And Doran backing off. T1 in such good control, and it continued. Oh boy. Continuing to have just such a dominant mid and now late game. A good start to the late game. And they will get this bot tier 2 worth more than a mid tier 2. The curtains are stolen and opened, and they're hitting Hope a little bit. As there's the jump in onto Faker. He's going to be able to dash away with a rocket belt teleport coming in from Shanks. And they've split the map successfully. But they can't keep it for very long as they need to take resets. Shanks still working towards his IE. What was Crown of Carnage? I'm sorry, I'm looking at it. Oh, that was a good one. But, oh, so good. But then Flandra overcommits, honestly, is kind of the problem. Flandra a little over. Should have just let his teammate go because he got out. Tarzan was out of there. The E lasted long enough, and if not, he had it back up anyways. So, it was fine. They should have committed. It was a really weird miscoordinated play. Uncoordinated. I guess miscoordinate's correct. Yeah, miscoordinate is the correct word. Just uncoordinated, though. It seems like it was miscommunicated. That's the better one. It's excommunicated. No, it was a miscommunication. It seems, as Shanks thought that Tarzan was committing, and then Tarzan didn't commit. And that's probably why Hope positioned the way he did. Just interesting decisions. Oh. Sorry. Ooh, Faker is kind of caught potentially. See, we'll get Bard ulti, but he's actually miscommunication again. He's gonna Zanya's. He's gonna have Tempered Fate for himself as well if he wants. As there's the jump in onto Hope. They need to get back to their ADC. Faker is surviving for so damn long. Hope is stuck in the 1v1 of Eternal Damnation as Doran does not yield. They found Faker, but at what cost? The rest of their team is getting absolutely deleted, but they found Doran. Shanks popping off in. Maybe this is the angle. Is now jumping in onto Gumayushi. He will wait the satchel to get out with his life. Tarzan doesn't get the juke, doesn't get the drag away. Owner continues to go forward. They find Guma, but they need to keep Owner from popping off right now. As Flandra trying his hardest to keep running. He runs back to his team. The jukes are there. Owner in danger. He has the GA, but he's going into Resurrection. Shanks, the chase down has been huge, and they're gonna wipe him. Shanks saves the game for anyone's legend. Holy cow, this was an overcommit. What an overcommit. Like a miss. This all could have been stopped if they didn't do that. Great pull from Carrier. But this just buys so much time for Shanks to just wait and do this. Finds Faker right after he gets out of the Tempered Fate pretty much. And then they actually chunk pretty hard onto Carrier as there's a fight over the dragon right now. It is soul point for AL, or well, soul for AL if they get it. And then this re-engage onto Tarzan means that they can't get out of it, but we don't even have time to go over this whole thing. This was such a long chase down onto Owner. And Guma, and Owner's down. Wait, they don't have another Steel. Carrier can't get there. They're not gonna get the Mega Inferno Bomb. Mountain Soul with 3 Mountain Drakes over to AL. What is going on? Everything is happening at the same, everything everywhere all at once. Why not? What is this game? This is crazy. T1 took the lead back from AL after trailing for a lot of the game. And now AL down, but they're still finding the fights. This is a 3-item Yone. Faker's 3 items are cool, but this is 3-item Yone, 3-item Jin. We're coming up on, I believe that is Crypt Bloom Flandra as well. Doran has a lot of tankiness, but they have the penetration right now with the max, the percent max health damage from Shanks, the percent max health damage from Flandra, the armor pen, and lethality from Hope. This is a dangerous game as Doran being chased down by Tarzan. AL can't see a damn thing right now, though. They have no vision. They got to be careful. Kyle is ahead right now of Keria and Gold, enough to the point where he has Locket finished. So better support item, or better defensive support items in favor of Kyle. How many chimes does he have? The chimes only matter for his auto attack, so I guess it doesn't really matter. Is Doran gonna get chunked for about 1k? Not bad. As there's the jump in. They're going to Tempered Fate, but the Revenge Tempered Fate not going to connect. The push not going to find anyone for Doran. Doran down to half HP. Shanks drops back. And we're fighting in Bot River somehow. I don't know how we're fighting in Bot River. I don't know how we made it down here, but T1 regained control of Top River, most importantly. And this is dangerous. The next death could be the game changer for either of these teams. Oof. Kyle's gonna have his ulti back up, so that trade didn't really make a difference. Flandra gonna pick up this bot turret for some gold. Should be able to base and... Holy cow, they got smoked in objectives. Yes, they will be able to grab it. Flandra should also... Oh, okay, they're gonna grab it. They're not gonna really care about the local gold. They're gonna sack the local gold. The Crypt Bloom. And it's going to come through. Okay. Very important. A huge item pickup for Flandra because you need... Oh, that burst of healing? It's a good amount. Like that burst of healing is really impactful in these fights. Oh, distributed. I was like, what? It should be alphabetical. So there we go. Crypt Bloom. 100 healing plus 20 AP, or 20% AP. I don't know how much AP Flandra has. I'm not going to do the math on it. It's a lot. It's enough healing. It's a few hundred healing. That's all you need to know. So it's just another... It's like a mini redemption as T1 are split right now. And AL see into the pit. They have an angle to get into the pit still. 2 angles. Keria jukes away. There's the flash engage, but it finds nothing. And the redemption popped. Forced, really. 4-2. Doran didn't get healed, apparently. As Tier 1, the Winions doing their job. And now AL saying, screw the river control. We're going to try and push down these turrets. We're going to threaten turrets as best as we can. Jumping in onto Shanks. Shanks turns it around, gets out with his life. The curtains are open. Doran solo double between worlds. And Faker's made a fatal error, needing to jump away from his own ultimate, nearly dying. That had it. Well, no, for him, it's different colors. For us, it's not different colors, I believe. It should be a blue explosion, a blue versus red explosion for him, as it's T1 having to fight their way into the Baron. As there's the jumping onto 2 from the Cataclysm. Shanks gets the ulti, finds 3 with it, as there's Shanks, the only one getting hit by the Tempered Fate to stay alive, actually. Or no, there's the Tempered Fate. That was a Zanya. No, that was Tempered Fate. And then the Zanya's coming through for the Aurora as Doran forced to flash away and T1 lose the Baron. AL get the Baron off of a gorgeous engage from Tarzan into Shanks' engage. Oh my god, it's so good. Video games are so... This is incredible. They are they are loving it. AL, the crowd at their backs. As the teleport, they're going to try and get this Elder on spawn. They want to grab this. As 2 teleports coming in, T1 have overcommitted, and Owner way out of position, forced to flash. He doesn't get over the wall with the Vault Breaker, and he's going to drop as they found the Aurora instead. 1 for 1. Kyle picks up the kill, but that doesn't really matter. As it'll only be Doran. He goes with the Pathmaker. He will get it. Sorry, there we go. 40 seconds away. Okay. And Owner just doesn't get over the wall. Oh, no. This is not good. 4. Okay. Elder. Oops. I smeared the hell on my glasses. Elder available. AL start it early. Or start it immediately. As everyone is alive except for Flandra doesn't have teleport. And oh, the tempered fate. Not there. Shanks has to go back to his soul. And it's going to be smited. Elder is down for AL. The ulti from Faker. Not enough. He goes Zanya's, but he will die immediately once he gets out. The curtains are being called. Guma knows that KL is near, and the fourth shot of the curtain call closes them on Guma's life. And that should be the game. 5,000 in the lead. They have 40-second respawn timers on 3 members of T1. And no team has taken a game off of T1 in the quarterfinals in 6 years. In their last 5 Worlds appearances, maybe T1 can find it, but Honor's gone. They're flashing on to Carrier, and it's gonna be 6 for Hope, 6 for Shanks as they take the game. And the first time T1, for the first time since 2017, pushed to match point in the quarterfinals. One more game from history. One more game from immortality and securing the Chinese finalist. Oh, gone further than any other. I mean, technically, a 2-1 lead from the LPL hasn't... I think it has. Tabe's the GOAT, yes. Continue gassing up this man. He's amazing. Pretty sure... Oh, excuse me. I'm just gonna check something because I'm pretty sure... Yeah, BLG led 2-1 last year. This isn't the first time that a team has pushed T1 the distance. Even an LPL team has pushed T1 the distance. Like, last year's finals, BLG went to 5 games against them. Off the top of my head, 2017 RNG? Yeah, 2017 RNG pushed them the distance after Misfits pushed them the distance. This is the second time that T1 are facing elimination in the in the quarterfinals. This is a black screen. Interesting. Season 3 was a sweep. Season 5 was a sweep. Season 6 was a 3-1. Season 7 was a 3-2. 2019 was a 3-1. And then 21, 22, 23, 24 were all sweeps. So this is only the 3rd time? Sweep, 3-1, 3-2, 3-1. No, yep, this is the 2nd time T1 will be put to match or to elimination point in, I guess, yeah, put to match point in the quarterfinals. The only other team to do this, Misfits, lost in the 5th game. Will AL be the difference? Will they be different from Misfits? Will they succeed where others failed? But also, the only time before this that T1 were pushed to match point in the quarterfinals, they went to the finals. Yeah, they played 10 games. They went 5 games both series. It was a 3-2 against RNG in the semis, but they went to the finals, is the point being. They got absolutely slapped in those finals, but they went to the finals. But AL, 1 win away from not only getting the LPL's first win against T1, from getting their first semifinals appearance when they've never even made the World Championships before this, may I remind you. This is the former Rogue Warriors, the new Anyone's Legend. It's a rebrand, not a different organization. I think it's complicated, but this would be the first time T1 get eliminated before top 4. Will Faker get a shot even at his 10th semifinals in a row, or will AL do the unimaginable and end the perfect SKT record against the LPL? We'll find out in game number 4. Oh, geez, welcome back. I didn't notice we were right into the draft, but we are right into the draft for game number 4. AL match point. The first time since 2017 T1 faced match point in the semifinals. The second time ever they face elimination before top 4 in the first place. And now it is, oh boy. This is this is crazy. No one could have imagined this happening. Usually T1 don't get bad matchups in the first round, and when they do, they usually handle them. Yunara taken away from Guma again as T1 opt to the blue side for a second. Started on red, opted to blue, one on blue, went AL opted. Okay. Oh, Nico. I said it was uncontested last game, and Carrier going to get one of his best champions. Oh. Okay. It's going to be Tarzan on the Skarner, winless. I believe both games are from Junja, shockingly. And it's going to be the blind Corki, but there's no Varus available. The Caitlyn is up, though, uncontested. Or unbanned. Sorry. Okay, I'm trying to remember. AL start on blue. T1 go to blue. AL go red. And T1 go blue. Okay. Yes. Correct? No. T1 are on red. AL go blue. They win game 2. T1 go blue. And then T1 go blue. Okay, so every team is opted to blue side this series, or this game. Or this series, yes. Kaisa locked in. Ooh, this is a good setup. Owner on the Nocturne. I mean, what else could they pair with it? The Ori's down. The Azir is down. Talia's picked already. Oh, boy. I want to get... Hold on. I want this one. Sorry, Jelly Bean. I want a Jelly Bean. Ooh. Kiwi? Could be anything. I think it's Margarita, but it's fine. Ooh. Kyle, kind of known for his Leona. I don't know if known for, but he is known for, like, people know that he likes playing it a lot. If that makes sense. Like, he plays it. It's not his signature. I do have to get the thumbs up, not Faker. No. I have to get the thumbs up for Team Liquid. It's such a good emote. Oh my god. And these are addicting. I am addicted already. Oh jeez. Watermelon. Yes. Watermelon. Okay, that's not audible. Good, that's not audible. I had to make sure. TF. Ooh. With the Nocturne, you definitely don't want TF. You're getting into late game draft, remember. So Nocturne with the Twisted Fate is very dangerous because it doesn't actually tell you where he's teleporting if the lights are off. And you can't spot it. It is completely impossible to tell where he's teleporting unless he's directly next to you. And Faker, very good at Twisted Fate. Hui going to be another one taken away. Okay. Champ that, yeah, they get rid of the champ that makes it hard to go forwards in a comp that kind of wants to go forwards and play at this short range right now. Like, Quirky's not that long range, right? Attack range. Like, Quirky is pretty middle of the pack. Like, he's a mid-range champ, if I'm not mistaken. Is he 500 flat? No, he's actually on the higher end, 550. So he's in that long range attack. Yeah, long range attack range. Aphelios has like 7 attack ranges. Don't worry about it. Aphelios has 4 different attack ranges. Ooh. Okay. LeBlanc undefeated at the tournament. No way they're picking Malzahar. Lysandra, I can imagine. Victor going to be the pick. Okay. Victor the lock-in. Oh boy. This is a stressful existence. And the Ornn insta-lock for Doran. Pick the Vayne, you won't. No. Like, this is the beauty of getting into late Fearless. Like, we have Nocturne. Like, we have weird kind of off-meta, like Nocturne and LeBlanc and the Mordekaiser and the Skarner coming out. Like, we have the super meta Kai'Sa, Nico, Corki, Leona, and Victor. Like, Victor's been niche, actually. Like, but we got the Victor and the Nocturnes and the Mords and like weird stuff that we haven't been seeing a ton this tournament. It's awesome. More jelly beans. Sorry, it's addicting. This is margarita. No, that's crap. I don't know. They're all really sweet and they're all colored. Like they're all colored green or something. I don't know. Who is the shortest windup? Graves with the actual 0. Yeah, he just shoots. No one's below 9%. Then well, Graves, it makes sense. There's no windup. It's mostly his is the reload. This is a draft, and I'm excited for it. Again, late Fearless is like the coolest thing in the world. There's the shot of Faker as we are just waiting for the game to begin. And this is it. This could be it. It's not it. Not yet. Not guaranteed. But it could be it. This could be the end of the longest standing streak. 2 of the longest standing streaks in League of Legends competitive history. Faker looking to maintain perfection in the quarterfinals. Perfection against the LPL at Worlds. Everything on the line. Has to be more than 9, but it would be crazy. Oh boy, my heart's racing and I'm not even involved in this. I'm just witnessing what's happening in these games. That's right, the finals are in Chengdu. Or the semis and finals are in... No, the finals are in Chengdu. And you can see it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 in a row now that IG have been added to the list. So it was actually 10 entering, so it was kind of close. BLG and RNG 2017. IG or BLG last year and RNG 2017. Tabe was there when he won his first World Championship. Thank you. Someone finally mentioned it's Tabe. Tabe was still playing support at the time. Anything is possible. Tabe Diff is the to win against T1 as a Chinese team, just Tabe Diff. It's literally just Tabe. This guy's a legend. This guy's already making his case for one of the greatest coaches of all time. Close it out. I mean, everyone, T1 fans, crying if their team goes out. They'll rant about it for weeks probably because they're weirdos. Ooh. Who 3-1'd them? Who the hell in history is 3-1? Oh, G2. Duh. Oddly, yeah, the only team to win against them 3-1. G2 Esports. Otherwise, yeah, 5 times T1 have gone the distance at the World Championships. RNG, Misfits, actually. Well, that's not 5 times. Actually, more times. As there's a jump on to carry, but they don't have the level 2. Now they have the level 2. But the heal instantly burned by T1. Oh, boy. I'm antsy. I want to call stuff, but we can't get to late game yet. We can't fast forward to late game. 168 international games. They've played every single one of them together, of course. As there's the jumping onto Guma as instant cleanse and flash away. There's no defensive heal for either song. There's no heal at all, actually. Screw offensive heal or defensive heal. There's just no heal for either of these bot lanes anymore. Cleanse still available for Hope is the most important thing. As owner, I don't think will be spotted. We'll see. No pings. And they spot out owner now. But Tarzan just going to cross. He's going to threaten a little bit of a... Just a little bit of a threat that he's going to do something. Not going to happen. It's going to just be a relieving situation. Owner. Tarzan just going to give over the crab. And, ooh. They got a huge push in top lane. Faker's pushed up in mid. This is a very good spot for Tarzan, considering it as flash force, and that's all he cares about. Gets the flash on a very immobile carry. He's chill. Reset already came through from both of these bot lanes. Guma gonna have to walk back still, as minion has no recall animation. They should add one just for Nico. It's not like it would change anything. It's like if you see a minion with a recall circle around it, you already know that it's Nico. Minions can't reset. It's just a cheeky interaction. It's Cull for Guma. Hope probably not going to grab a Cull this game. We've been seeing less players grab the Cull. We saw a lot of early tournament ADCs grabbing the Cull and the tier in these games, but it's just not worth it. It just takes too long. It's just generally not worth doing. Doran gets another stack of these, or of the grasp. He's been pretty chill. He's enjoying this. He gets the push, obviously, against Mord. Mord can't really full commit until he gets 6. My nose itches. As honestly, you pick the Mord to cancel Ornn ultimates and to steal his tank stats late game. Or to eject someone from fights. Like, really, you just want to eject people from fights. It actually is a really good defensive tool as well into the Nocturne, because you can just stand on top of your ADC and they can't get him. Because you just pull him into the death realm and then you just get to 1v1 him. And he has no spell shield. He probably has fear up. Wow. No, that's a 1 camp level 6. Unless he takes, like... Actually, no, even if he takes a Scuttle Crab, he gets a ton of XP. Yeah, this is going to be... Because he got both Scuttles, that is such a big advantage. And Shanks just jumps back to his little blink point. Back to safety. It's kind of like Yone's Soul Unbound, except... with about the same amount of agency, except the damage... Why does it have a damage reactivation? It's a stupid mechanic. Damage reset... The damage reactivation is just really dumb. Just really stupid. I don't know, I just don't think it's that fun of a mechanic to face off against. They know that there's a ward in there now. If Tarzan does grab this Scuttle, he does actually get... He does actually get level 6 first. Owner will grab his level 6 off of the blue buff instead. Oh my god, he's actually 1 XP. He's 1 XP away. Are you kidding? He's 1 XP. Lane swap coming through for AL. So the EXP advantage kind of doesn't matter. Yeah, he got the crab, which gave him a ton of XP. Not as much gold, but a ton of XP, so he's fine. Doran is still up here, as AL are pushing this out pretty aggressively. And, Doran, and there's the call of the Forge God. Get the flash out, but he has the unending nightmare on top of him as there's the searing charge. Hope just surviving on 1 HP for the moment, but Kael is surely next, but no! The dive is there. Guma jumping in onto Hope. They're going to get this dive off. No chance. Hope survives this, and Carrier going to pick up first blood as Oh, Kyle is left all alone. Shanks going to look for Doran, but he's not going to be able to grab him. He needs to jump back to his blink point as Guma's on top of him. Tarzan trying to do whatever he can. Does he have the impale? He does. And that's going to be a 3-man impale as there's Shanks jumping into the fight. And it's going to be 2 more in exchange for Gumayushi. And it's going to be 4 in the end for T1. Big fight win. They get the objective. They'll get the grubs. They'll get the feat of warfare. This is gonna be a lot of turret plating over to Flandra. But with that, even with Flandra getting all that money, you're fine. That's a 1,200 gold lead already for Guma. 4 takedowns in a single fight for Gumayushi. Like, that's insanity. That's disgusting what he just got away with. Doran hanging out, saying, screw the bot lane. Oh, baby. That is insanity. Hope, no HP. Guma. Just getting that little tick of damage. Boom. Cleanse out of, they get the cleanse out of Guma. And then Doran, oh, that's hitting, not even onto Doran. If it was hitting onto Doran, maybe there's an angle. I don't know if Impale does any damage, actually. No, it doesn't. Not even on cast. And then Guma goes down, but Faker with the laser, and then Carrier with the final auto attack, the nail in the coffin. And T1. Gorgeous fight. Big catch out in the top lane. This is the wrong champion. I absolutely bricked what champion I was researching. Shut up. Oh, it does do damage on cast. Okay. It does 150. You have no AP. Actually, they have no pedals, so yeah, they have no AP. And T1 fighting. Ooh. It is so windy out. Holy cow, they were not kidding when they said high winds out today. High winds, spooky day. Happy spooky day. I completely forgot it's spooky day because I just don't care. It's just another day. And it will end. It will be over. It is over. It's already Christmas to some people. It's Guma. Throws a blooming burst. Kind of weird. I don't know why Guma did that. Oh. And it doesn't make any difference, but it just looks kind of funny that Hope just absolutely bricked that. It's mostly just a funny thing that happened. I mean, I guess he does miss out on a stack of the tier. That's about it. This is already a Rooker and finished for Doran. Into the double AP as well. So dangerous. Carrier just going to keep trying to throw down some poke. Owner. Not going to get it. So the clone doesn't emote in time. Feel my sting. Did old Skarner ulti do that? I have to check now. Not the pickup. I meant the his old piece of garbage passive as well. Dear God. We'll do more research later, but it did. Oh, it did AD though. Flandra getting jumped on. Doran doesn't even take any damage through the shield. The Rookern is so strong. Does 60% AD physical damage plus the magic damage listed. That's crazy. That's kind of nuts. Old Skarner wasn't really good. And then second Skarner was really, really good until they nerfed him into the existent off the face of the air. And then third Skarner was really good on relaunch and then deleted and bad. Okay. Now that I've goofed around researching Skarner really quickly, like old Skarner for no reason for like 2 seconds, because I felt like it. Shanks is already pretty close to half HP. That's not good. Drink some water. Jeez, I need to drink. Holy cow, Hope is getting gapped. 41 CS down. Whoops. Guma with the Kraken Slayer already. And Hope still working on that Triforce. Not even really close to it. 1,500 down still. He's closed the gold lead by like 500, and he's still down a ton of... He's still down a ton. That's not fun. That's not great. Shanks, the only slight gold lead. Carrier has 2 kills. I forgot about that. So Carrier's already done with his rocket belt. That's really good, actually. It should be this. It's the same cost as Redemption, right? Should be. Oh my god, he's still... I mean, he's finally losing some HP. Buffers. Nice pull away, actually, on the searing... Or pull back on the searing charge. There's no way they really get this dive. The Impale, not going to connect. There's the flash. Engage. But now they've got Flandra under the turret. Owner going to turn the lights off so he can run away. And AL gets something, actually. Like a pretty big pickup. Okay. And the Nico up here. But there's no push. Or there's no... what is it? There we go. Sorry. I was literally thinking about it, and I was like, I don't remember anymore. I was literally thinking about something, and I completely lost my train of thought. 2,300. Rocket Belt is 29. It's Hextech, so it's under H. 2,650. So it's about 300. It's about a kill's worth of gold more. There we go. Man, old support items. They could bring back so much stuff. Whatever. Screw it. I don't care. Let's see if I care. Turret? Or turret. Jeez, I was reading the word turret. Same time. Drake pretty much already gone for T1. And this actually should be first turret pretty easily over to T1 as well. There's a lot they could do as Tarzan not going to get feared, but he's going to get chunked pretty hard down to 2k HP. They keep the turret alive at least, I guess, as Flandra will actually pick a first turret. They never answered him, so he's just going to get away with this. That's pretty good. Okay, AL do have some macro play there that they can get to keep themselves alive. Riftmaker going to be the first item. Okay, we'll see how this goes. Oh boy. We've seen some Mordekaiser builds. This is already a phage, so it means it's an experimental hexblade. It is. I think hexblade builds out of phage, right? We gotta go back down. Okay. Hexblade. What the hell is this? Okay. That's a cool item idea. But, Herald, started by Kyle, just to check it. Where the hell is the item I'm looking for? Experimental E. There we go. Yeah, it builds out of phage. It's this. I'm already sold on it. Okay. And T1 actually ripping this control back pretty quickly. They get the wave push pretty hard from Doran. And over the wall comes Tarzan. He still has the drive to escape if he needs, as he's on vision. So T1 pushed off. Faker grabs his turret in the bot lane. Can he get more, or does he want to TP up to the play? He's going to TP up to the play. It's Kyle in deep, able to get out to safety, and they're looking for Doran. And Guma, supercharge popped out, or forced out, as AL just have to give. They lost their position. It's Carrier. Gonna keep zoning off Tarzan for now. As they're not gonna... Are they gonna try and go for this? They could grab Owner with the ulti if possible. With the Death Realm. They pull 2. Tarzan needs to get over the wall now as the lights go out. And there's the smite coming through. And the Ornhorn connects onto Tarzan. The Pop Blossom onto Hope. And there into the backline goes Gumayushi. He's going to pick up the first kill of this fight, if there even is a fight to follow. And now AL trying to find the numbers. The Death Realm is popped, and it's on Faker. And he's going to fall, or on Owner, and he will fall to him. Guma, 1 HP, Shanks in the backline trying to do whatever he can, but they don't find anyone. It's Tarzan just alone in mid as T1 clean up the fight. They clean up the Rift Arrow. They're going to get this tier 1. 5,000 gold in the lead. Oh my god, what a full, complete, dominant fight from T1. And they are in the driver's seat. Speaking of driving, Faker is driven into the Impale. Not going to be popped. 3,000 gold lead for Gumayusi. And Tarzan doesn't land the smite. Where's the smite coming in? Oh, he just smites early. Smite's 100 HP early. And then big pop on Hope. That's your AD gone for the entire fight. As Owner... When did Owner go to the death from? It had to be a while ago. No, it had to be like Faker or some random person pulled into the death realm a while ago. And it didn't really make a difference. Guma's on 1 HP, by the way. And he lives. And you can see that it's not going well for AL. I think that was the T1 coaching staff room, and I don't know why they look like that, but sure. 5k, they get the objective to pick up the feats of strength. Guma picks up another pair of kills and two assists to go with it. Yes, this series should go 5 games. Just like HLE Gen G should go 5 games, this series should go 5 games. Like, oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Ooh. How are they going to be able to even get it? Oh my god, Faker's already done with his Roa. 10-minute Roa is wild. This tier would... Nope. Shank's able to dash and insta-clear the wave. T1 should be able to finish this Atacon. Like, they could just keep threatening it for as long as they want. No, it doesn't pick up. I'm sad. I was hoping. Hold on. Nope, doesn't pick up. I have jelly beans in my hand. I'm shaking them around like a chew toy in a dog's mouth or something. I don't know. Like beans. Like maracas. Tarzan is there. Teleport coming up from Flandra now. Tarzan driving into Doran. Gonna be able to chunk him pretty heavily. Owner with the Pop Blossom. Totally Owner. But they're flying in to get Hope again. Owner backing off for real this time as he's in the Death Realm. And I think Flandra has found him with the bonk. He's gonna get the shutdown as Faker doing so much damage, but not enough. He's gonna drop to Tarzan as he's quaking in his boots. And Flandra flips the fight on its head. He took out Owner, and he's going to hunt down Doran. How on earth are AL in this game? They cut the gold lead in half. And it should not have been possible, but AL do it. What happens? Okay, because I was focused on the bottom of the fight for a while. Because there's Doran, and then Pop Blossom only onto Kyle. And this Ornhorn, huge to pick up Hope. But then Owner completely zoned out. And Shanks, how hard is Shanks picking up stuff here? They lose Faker. And then it's Doran and Guma chasing for so long. Carry is already down. And then Guma drops to the Atacon plus Flandra. And Doran's going to have to get away and be the sole survivor. And these Koreans ain't happy. Faker, not happy either. I'm pretty sure Atacon Shred's harder than Baron, right? Flandre doing work, zoning off Owner and killing him. Yep. $50 resistance. Baron is... Drake started for a T1, so they still are in control. That should be clear. So there you go. No, where is it? Oh, they have the same shred. Oh, but it's slower. It's slower. It's half the speed. So you need to get hit 100 times by Baron attacks to get that shred. Atacon, you have to fight him. I mean, every 2 seconds you lose 1 armor, 1 magic resist. So if you fight him for 10 seconds, you're down 5. And then, well, it's just times 2. So if you fight for 25 seconds, you're shredded. Or not 25 seconds, sorry. If you fight for 100 seconds, you are shredded. So that's pretty fast. Baron takes Void Corruption is a stacking, has an Aura of Destruction. All abilities and attacks refresh the duration. But what? Okay, it really is every attack. So yeah, you have to keep getting hit by the Baron. To get the Atacon, you just have to exist near the Atacon. Or no, attacks and abilities. During combat, he applies 1 stack every 2 seconds, plus his attacks and abilities do it. So yeah, every time he throws out an auto, that person getting hit gets hit. Every single time you get hit by the cleave, you get a stack, and then just existing near him. Yeah, it's a lot. Five stack. Yeah, his abilities apply 5 stacks. Jeez. Basic attack applies 1. His abilities apply 5. Yeah. No, that explains why T1 were getting melted. They started the Atacon. They were fighting for so long as they've caught out Faker, but the clone could actually reduce a ton of damage. Tarzan not going to find anyone with the drive or the impale. Ooh. That is disastrous. The big one going to 9 connects with anything either. T1 should be able to pick up this turret for free. Hold on. I'm back. Hi. That was a tough catch there. Tough break for AL. They just again, another slight mistiming cost them that kill. Like slight mistiming, and it kills. And it kills their play and their top turret. They lose their top tier 1 for this. Teleport in from Kyle. Who cares? Baron's still on the, or just got on the Rift, but it is Mountain Drake in 2 minutes or so. Or a little over 2 minutes. So anything can happen. As this minion doing work to these wards. I love how glitchy the minion attack animation is, because Nico has higher attack speed than the minion by this point. Whoa, they're already starting this. Okay. We're looking for it. Can he get the wraparound with the Pop Blossom? No, but Doran, now owner, as the Ornhorn connects, and they're going to jump in onto Faker in response, but Hope already down. The Pop Blossom going to find Flandre, as I believe he's in the Death Realm, if I'm not mistaken, but 3-man impale, but Carrier survives on 1 HP, and he's going to be able to get out with his life. Guma trying to do what he can, as now he's definitely in the Death Realm. The ADC flashing over the wall. The bonk not going to be able to connect, but now Flandre out, and Tarzan finds one. Flandre finds another. Doran is the last one standing, and he knows that he's going to teleport out. It's 3 for 3. AL stop the Baron, and Flandre again is the hero. Tarzan is the hero actually in that play, but Flandre does so much work. Oh my god. Big jump in. They get Hope down immediately. They get Flandre with the Pop Blossom, but Kyle still in the backline, and Tarzan with a 3-man impale is huge. And Flandre surviving forever, and then Guma is gone. So there's no cleanup detail. The last 2 champions left don't really have any DPS. The last 3 champs outside of them don't have any DPS, and that means they are down. Oh, geez. What level is Carrier? He's level 9. Ooh. Okay, it's one of these games, eh? It's Tarzan trying to fight Doran. As there's the lockdown onto Kyle. Carrier gonna get the solar flare out. But AL have control of the river, if that means anything. It's a 2,500 gold lead, but these fights have been so close regardless of that difference. And Drake is available. T1 want to get soul point. They will grab this tier 2 in the mid lane. Big pickup for Guma solo as well. As Shanks continuing to fish for these angles. And if Guma goes for the Drake, but they don't know he's on the Drake yet. Soul point is a tough fight because usually you want to fight Baron at this point. But they can't get on it. They're going to be so late. Doran blocking. Ooh, the Ishtal's impact. His owner continuing to position forwards. Voidseeker finds no one. And the Ornhorn in. They've gotten Flandra. Have they gotten him down, though? The fear comes through. And Faker finds one. And the Chaos Storm now doing a lot of damage as Tarzan finds no one with the Impale. He's out of mana. He's out of places to go. And he's just going to run to his team. And 4v5. Do T1 want to pull the trigger? Maybe. Tarzan back up to about half mana. And they do want to call for the Baron. They have the Pop Blossom again. Faking the engage with the clone. As there's the Airborne. Is Carrier. Doesn't even need to pop it yet. Tarzan has to drive away. And he will get out with the Ishtal's impact. But Carrier still a possible engage angle for T1. An AL needed to bail as T1 re-expand the gold lead to 4,500. This is dangerous if you are an LPL fan. Huge find from Doran. Oh no. It's Flandra with 3 items now. 3 for Tarzan. We're coming up on 3 for Shanks. He is very behind in gold, it seems. 2.5 items for Hope. 5,000 gold behind Guma. Guma's 4 items. Oops. Owner only 2. Doran only 2. Carrier has the Rocket Belt, and that's all that matters. He's getting the Frozen Heart, which will be huge into the Corki very shortly. 3.5 items for Faker right now. 2k ahead. Oof. 2k ahead for the mid laner. 3k ahead for Doran. Or for Flandre, sorry. But Guma is really just waiting for his last item. Going for the Nashers. He's going to go for the Nashers likely to close out the build. So it would get him the Voidseeker upgrade. Or you go full on it. You could just full send into the on hit and AD. But I think it's the best angle to go for something like the Nashers. It's T1 unspotted on the Baron. And this bot is so close to the Baron. Like, the wall is so close to the Baron now that it's really easy actually to get picks. Teleport coming in from Flandra. Wrap around from Carrier. Is he spotted? He's spotted. He's spotted. He just got caught on wave right there. And T1 pulling off of the Baron again as they're jumping in onto Kyle as they're trying to find Carrier before the fight begins, but the Ornhorn goes down. Kyle has to disengage. The Solar Flare finds nothing. Impale is huge. They get Carrier. Carrier Pop Blossoming, not going to be able to get it off in time, but they're going to exchange it for Kyle's life support for support. Is it going to be enough for AL to find the fight? Flandre is down, and they're chasing AL back to their turrets. And Doran can reset. He has the teleport. It's upgraded Bloodletters. It doesn't improve the passive, but it improves the stats. Shanks, has he found a pick? No. Teleport available as there's Tarzan trying to drag Faker, but it's not enough. They get Guma with the burst of Shanks. Hope jumping forwards, but it's Doran with the kill with the Bellows Breath. And Owner is 1 HP. Shanks trying to go over the wall. He's going to be able to flash. Perfect spell shield. But now that means Faker is going to have a perfect angle to get Shanks down. And Faker, you can't dance away from him forever. Doran with the chase onto Tarzan. He's full HP again. And they're looking for the Skarner. They want the Scorpion. As he's trying to run, but this would be so bad for AL's Baron opportunities. The silence with the Chaos Storm and Faker. 6 kills, unstoppable on this one. Oh my god. 45 seconds. Can they get the Baron? Holy cow, we got so much to go. Oh, we're not even going to talk about the first half of the fight. Okay, Guma explodes. And then they catch out. They try to turn onto Faker, but it's not going to happen. Hope burned. That's a ton of AD down because now that the Corki's down, Owner gets away for free, and he has the spell shield up to do this. Bang, lives, and now there's no escape for Shanks. No, there's no chance. He's not going to commit to it. T1 get the Baron for free. Oh, baby, Drake is going to be up. Tarzan's going to be back. It is Soul Point for T1. This could nearly secure them the game. Tarzan is so far away, and it's a free Mountain Soul. 3 Drake Mountain Soul at that for T1. Doran is in love with this one. He's so damn tanky. He loves being invincible. Faker's gonna like this one too. 4 items now as he finishes the Zanyas. Frozen Heart for Carrier. Hope is just thoroughly nerfed. Shield Bow is built. He's trying to survive as best he can, but it's not enough. Shanks with the Banshee's Veil. Defensive utility items built for AL, but it just seems not enough. Rylai's coming through for Flandre to keep that chase down, a potential option for them, as he is the sole gold lead on the team. Tarzan spotted. And Owner has the cleaver for Tarzan. So he will be able to get out. Where is the angle for AL? It's feeling like the game is slowly being ripped away from you. Despite the fights that you found, you cannot find the final one to put the nail in the coffin as Tarzan stunned, but he is so tanky. He is perfectly okay with eating all this damage, but Shanks jumping it onto Doran is absolutely useless. And Shanks getting chunked. There's so much damage coming out from Guma as he's starting with the Maw. Is that Maw? Is he going to finish with the Maw? Yes, because it's not Wit's End. Wit's End builds out of something else. He's going for the Maw Malmortius with Flandre and Shanks on these AP carries. I guess one is a bruiser, one is an AP carry assassin thing. They really do want to just maximize Guma's survival, especially with that shield, just keeping him alive a little bit longer. Doesn't want to go for the Zanyas as Doran goes unstoppable. Flandre is locked down as the tier 2 or tier 3 falls in mid, and Voodoo Bong connects onto Flandre. That's not a lot of damage, but Tarzan getting shredded thanks to the Bloodletters and Guma going forwards. Pop Blossom finds 3. Great flash engage from Carrier, and T1 find the finale. A beautiful way to close it. It's a quad. Come on. No, he killed him. Guma. No Penta, but he does not give a damn. T1 survive. And for the first time since 2017, we're going the distance for T1 in a quarterfinals match. Banger. What more could you ask for from this series? T1 force game 5. The chance of a lifetime for AL still stands, but T1 are a cockroach. They refuse to die. Faker knows what is on the line. He knows that a 3-peat would cement him and this lineup as immortal, even if they already are as the second ever back-to-back world champions. Even he has not completed the 3-peat, falling short by 3 games in 2017, or 2014 would have been a potential 4-peat if they actually even made the world championships. It was a rough year, okay? Look, they lost their players. Impact died a painful death. And oh, man. Okay. Just to cool it all down, just take this moment, because it is about to be everything on the line, the pressure at its highest. And I mean, not even the offer, the the everything still stands. AL, one win, you are immortal forever. The first Chinese team to topple T1 SKT at the World Championships. You make your first semifinals. You continue your incredible season, your incredible breakout season after a really weird pop off these past few, like the last year and then this year especially. You return to top 4, your second straight international. And this is everything that AL could have asked for, but for T1, holy cow, he's lost a lot on Kaiser, but for T1, you would become the first team to make 10 semis, 10 top 4s at the World Championships. You do them consecutively at that. Faker, first player to go this many, to go 10 in a row, to have 10 semifinals to your name. And I forgot about this one entirely. T1 looked to be the first team to make 4 straight grand finals. They technically did it from 2013 to their 2017 runs. They did make 4 straight finals when they were at the tournament, but this would be even better than that. He fakes the clone. What a tech. What a tech right there. Carry is so good at League of Legends, man. Even with a rough World Championships, he's popping. He's having great plays. But they would become the first team ever to make 4 consecutive finals in consecutive years. Yes, T1 again. 13, 15, 16, 17 were 4 straight finals, but no team has done it in consecutive years. The longest run is 3, both of them by T1. RNG did 2. Damwon did 2. That's about it. I think that's the only other teams that have gone back to back, right? Samsung did 2, because that was 16 to 17. They did 2. Oh my god. Everything to play for. Silver scrapes in the final quarterfinals match, and it is the one with the most stakes. Will AL be the first to topple T1 at Worlds in the quarterfinals ever and guarantee a Chinese team in the finals, or will T1 make it 10 for 10 in the semis and keep the dream of a guaranteed Korean title in as a reality? I'll see you to close out the quarters. Oh my goodness, I cannot believe this is what it comes down to. It is bloody hot in this room. I am losing it. It is this is crazy. I cannot imagine that this. Holy crap. Game 5. It all comes down to this. T1 wins. They make further history. They expand their lead on most semifinals appearances, not only in a row, but ever. Faker becomes the first player with double-digit semifinals appearances, top 4 finishes at Worlds. And T1 continue the title defense on the hunt for 4 finals in a row. But AL win your first semifinal, first Chinese to take down Faker at Worlds. And I mean, T1 have survived everything. Their first time losing 2 games in the group or Swiss stage at a World Championships. They survived that. They went 4-0 in those games. And 5-1, now 6-1 when trailing 2-1 in series. I don't think they've lost a game 5 at Worlds. Have they lost a game 5 at Worlds? Genuinely. Have they lost a game 5 at Worlds before? Obviously, 13, 14, or 13, 15, 16, 17 went to 3, 19 was 4 games, 21 was 4 games? 21 was 5 games. 22 was 5 games. 23 they won. 24 they won. 25 to be determined. So they have not won a game. Have they not won? When was the last time they won a game 5? Because they 3-0'd there. 24. They won one recently. So historically, They have won game fives. They won 2017, several game fives in 2017, of course, as we are into the final draft. But several, I hate that they don't play Silver Scrapes through the draft, but several, they won 2 game fives, of course, in 2017 en route to getting 3-0'd in the finals. They did not win one in 2016. Doesn't matter. They've lost 2 all time. So that is your sample size. DRX and DK. So the literal world finalists that year and the world champion, those are the 2 teams that have toppled T1 in game 5s. Otherwise, they've been swept. They've been 3-1'd. Very rarely have they been 3-2'd. When T1 crash, they burn. Like, when T1 go down, they don't... It's not, like... No, it's not a hard fall battle. It's a crash and burn. We're on fire. Everything's exploding situation. Is AL on the blue side, and Tabe's been talking about it, baby. B1 Jinx in game 5. They've talked about it. MF's gone. Yunara's gone. Caitlyn banned. And then Ezreal, Ziggs, Varus, Jin, Sivir, Kaisa, Draven, and Corki all taken away already from the previous 4 games. Jinx is like an insanely powerful pick in game 5. What do you even have? You have Ashe. They're gonna blind the Renekton. There's no Mbessa, there's no Sion, there's no Ornn, there's no Rek'Sai. Like, they can blind this. There's so few counters available right now. Like, what, you have Vayne? We saw some Vayne. I don't think we've seen it. We haven't seen anything into Jinx because Jinx hasn't been picked. Oh my goodness. Revenge also on the table for AL. The 3-2 at MSI in their first ever meeting. Faker topples AL. And we saw it yesterday from Skewmond and owner Mundo Jungle. 2-0 at the tournament. This is insane. Just what a way to kick off the draft. Just what a way to kick this off. No way. No way. That'd be really good. They need to insulate this Jinx, though. I wish it was the Evelynn because it'd be fun. 0-2, of course, at the tournament. One of them was Junja. I don't remember the other Sejuani yet. And it's going to be the Lulu, obviously, for Kyle. He's played a good amount of Lulu in his career. It's weird. Like a weirdly large amount of Lulu, but they want to get this bot lane. They don't want to lose these enchanters. Not going for the Milio is kind of a choice, but I can respect it. Be still my beating heart. Be still my beating heart. Oh my god, this is insanity. Oh. Faker on Mel. It is good into the 2 champions we've seen so far. Into the big 2 champs we've seen from AL, the Jinx, the Sedge. It's good. It's so good. The Glitter Lance not as important. T1 came to play with these drafts. Like, Tabe's been, like, you hear everyone talking about how great Tabe's drafting is. T1 clearly are here to match it. They are not backing down from anyone's legend. They are matching them with these creative picks, with these specific counters. Tom is not just a passive coach. He is aware of what his team needs to play into these comps. Tabe, like, is famously one of the most creative minds in League of Legends. He's one of the most creative and smartest minds in drafting. And T1 have been going blow for blow with him again. What are the odds that both matches between these 2 teams would be absolute bangers? Both of them go the distance. Jax, Akali, Pyke taken away. Keria not going to get his signature champ. Even though you could argue his signature champs like Bard, this is his pick. In my opinion, it's not the Ashe. It's not the Bard. It is the Pyke. The pick he is most known for. Because he is like the only guy who plays it, I swear to God. Everyone plays Bard now. Everyone. Plays Nico now. No one plays Ashe anymore, even though when it was meta, everyone played it, so who cares? But he's playing Pyke. And it's going to be Guma on the Aphelios or the Ashe. If he gets his Aphelios, that'd be elite. But I think Ashe is the correct angle here. But Aphelios has better range matchups. but I think Ash is the more consistent fight. And that global value is just way too high to not pick it up for Guma, in my opinion. Syndra for Shanks. This is a really good comp. This is a hyper-scaling comp, though. They need to get to late game, and they need to survive. Syndra lost with Caps yesterday. They're hoping to change it. Flandra's World skin, I believe, is... What is it? Because EDG was... Okay, they're going to get the Aatrox, but it was... Ash Sarah is so good. That's actually really strong for for T1 into this match. This is a game and a half. Both these teams throwing out crazy, like, niche picks that we haven't seen that's on this tournament. Jinx, Lulu, Syndra, Sejuani, Mundo. We haven't seen a Mel or a Seraphine at all. We've seen an Ash. It did win, but we haven't seen it at all. Like, we've barely seen it. Like, so many champs here with basically zero prio. This is the glory of Fearless. This is why you should be in love with this goddamn format. Such a good draft format. So good. So damn good. Screamon is 2-0 on it. That's very funny. Holy piss. Okay. Oh, wait. Mel? Oh, yeah, Mel. Never mind. I was like, what? No, Mel, only one game. It was an absolute fat L, as fitting in her name. And this is what they put their season on. You lose this, not only do you lose the series, obviously, but you're done for the season. Your world championships are over, obviously, but you are done for the year. And there's always next year, but you never know. Sometimes things happen. And this is dangerous. Oh, no. Oh, hell no, I'm not going through all that. That's a lot. Okay. We're in for a long, long ride. It was Graves. Graves top lane, baby. It all comes down to this. 11-0. He's never faced this one, though. A lot of RNG, don't worry. It's literally 4 straight years of RNG. Oh, boy. It was RNG twice, I believe. No, it was RNG and BLG. Duh, I just said that. They've done it twice. They've trailed in both of those series as well. Best series in quarters, yeah, no duh. Shock it, yeah, all 3 times they've gone to 5 games against the LPL. They were down in the series as Kyle. Going to be able to trade back, but not really enough. He has the E and he wants to use it defensively. He keeps his ward alive, most importantly, though. But the poke is going to be immense from T1's bot lane. But neither does Guma. Guma has to take the cleanse this game. Just so much CC on the side of anyone's legend. And Kyle just able to throw out the polymorph and ruin your game. As Hawkshot taken level 2, spots out Tarzan on his clear. They can't take Spellbook. Flowers can't. Enchanters don't take it. Ooh, Faker could steal this away. And he's going to steal away all of it. Doesn't get the big chicken. Got most of the small ones. Gets a lot. And you could see the difference there. Do you see it's a 1 camp difference? I think he might have gotten 2 chickens. He got a couple at least. And Faker should win this range battle for a lot of the early game. Because Syndra, not really great at fighting Mel. This is probably one of her counters. I'm just going to look at this matchup really quick. OPGG, come and help. Syndra. Syndra. Sure. We'll go with this. I'm gonna check the Mel matchup as owner just walking through. She actually wins this late, but what about early? Lane win rate is in her favor, actually. How many games, though? 1,500. Why is she so popular? Okay. So she does win about 55% of the time in solo queue. Solo queue ain't this, as there's the go forwards given onto Guma, and now Tarzan going in the cleanse. They need to commit to pick up the first blood. They'll get it for carry, but it will be exchanged on by Hope. And 1-for-1 is a big deal. And AD versus support money for anyone's legend, as they know that owner knows that Tarzan's here. So here comes the teleport from the Renekton as they will lane swap. And yep, both top laners just coming down. Shanks continues to get bodied by Faker in terms of just trade alone, but he is getting the value back. And aggressive Lulu. Where's the polymorph? Oh, he used it on Kael, I believe. Or he burned. No, he didn't cleanse. Yeah, he used it on he used it for Whimsy on Hope. Okay. Danger. As 25 stacks, we gotta get to 40 first, and then it's every 20. So we're already halfway to the first upgrade. Holy cow, 15 CS down. Yeah, the zoning has been strong from T1. Okay. So they get the stun. That's the danger of this comp. So much damage coming through from just one rotation. Gumacaria, as bad as rocky as they've been for most of the playoffs and world, since playoffs started pretty much, they are still an incredibly good bot lane. They are maybe one of the most in sync bot lane duos in the entire world, as Tarzan spotted, hovering topside. If T1 overcommit, they could still go for this angle, but I don't think T1 will. They know better than to just give. Faker holding his W in case of an unleashed power, and they know actually that they could just go for this. Because Tarzan doesn't have any push in the bot lane right now because Flandra is under his turret. And there's no real angle for him to do anything, and they know where Tarzan is already. The danger. What the hell, dude? Okay, sorry, I thought I heard something. $20 CS down right now in favor of, or 20 CS in favor of Guma. And they just really need Hope to be able to survive and get to the late game. Tarzan still hanging around as they spot him out. And this is going to be enough to slowly get some pressure in their favor as Doran able to dice away. Oh, Flandra meant to throw the auto first. He didn't throw it. But it's about 1K in the lead. Owner, big gold advantage right now. And Guma, big gold advantage. T1 are pushing every lane except for mid where they are even. Oh, if it hits the side, it doesn't count. Let's Hope trying to just clear this wave out as fast as he can. And 19, pretty much 20. I mean, it's basically whatever. Who cares? Rounding. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, yeah. That was a good one. I want to check how the Mel Reflect interacts with Syndra. That was odd. Oh. Okay. It's thrown with her Scout of the Week. The spheres will be stopped, but they don't get reflected. Okay, I just wanted to check because I saw Faker got stunned still, but there was no return. So I was like, is there a weird hitbox thing? Like if you hit the side? No, it just does not return. It just stops. And Owner, this is really good in Syndra actually, because it's so hard to lock him down early. You have to spend a lot of your CC. And look at the bot lane. There's just no push. Like there's nothing. Arrow stops Kyle's reset. Big pickup. And AL down a lot early. They lose the first set of grubs. They're down 300. They're down the entire kill they got already on Guma. Like, they're down that. Their lead is Shanks. It's not really looking anything in particular. Shanks does have that second charge of Q. Cool. 40, 60, 80. Yeah. I'd do math. The stress is building, and I'm not even in the game. The stress has been built. I am excessively stressed. 40, 60, 80, 120. Okay. Or 100, and then 120 is the passive upgrade. Got it. That's right. Flandra losing out on CS. It's not that big of a gap, but he does have some money missing. So that missed. Whoops. Faker gonna get the stack. And this is a crazy... This is a crazy first time. As... Ooh. The stun not gonna be able to come through. He's one auto attack short. They do have a lot of melee. Or they do have a melee option as well. Let's hope you dodge away, but the turret plating starting to stack up. Starting to add up for T1. His owner is getting absolutely smoked right now by Tarzan. Will hit a briefcase finally, as there's the ulti coming through from Guma. They don't get Kyle. They do get the Super Mega Death Rocket. That's crazy. $32 CS down, and this is how you're supposed to do it. They have the cleanse, they have the flash, they need to get the snap engage, but they can't get it. They know something's up, and now maybe the overextension, but no. Owner's here, they can't keep things going. He has hope with the first freaking briefcase. I don't know what's up. Tarzan has the jukes, I guess. And Drake in 7 seconds, and T1 have all the push. This is the feat of monster slaying pretty easily over to them as the jump in from Doran onto Flandra. But now Flandra going to respond in kind. And Doran's chill. As AL are struggling. Oh? Pops ulti, and it's not going to get stolen. Owner is incredible secure with the E. And this is getting out of hand. AL surrendering a lot across the map right now. They need to scale. They need to win these late fights, and that's their game plan. Win these late fights. So they get this invade. So they're going to send the Jinx into the top lane, but so are T1 sending the Ashe into the top lane. Unless they send her mid? It's an option. Kyle has shown top lane, so I think... Do they want to keep her into Doran? It's like, oh, free Lulu. No, they're going to send Guma into... Oh, overcommit as the arrow connects onto Shanks. Shank's going to be able to get out. Cleanse, force. Wait, here comes the teleport for Flandra. He doesn't have the ulti, though, as there it connects onto Owner. There's the encore, but it's not going to be enough. Super Mega Death Rocket from downtown. Wait, Unleash Power is huge. Faker gets the execute with the smite from the sky, but it's 3, 4, 1 in favor of AL. What a fight. That is insanity. What is it actually called? Golden Eclipse. That's a sick name. I said that last time I figured out what the ability was called. Holy. AL Chance blows through this place. And then Owner spell shield this. And it's a long-ass cooldown right now. And he doesn't get the bauble. That only connects onto one. Owner doesn't recast his E. And the Golden Eclipse is huge. The Unleash Power not that strong yet. They do give Faker a kill, but that is 3 going into the pocket of AL, and T1 with a great angle, but a great response from anyone's legend. And it's going to come down to the turret. Hope, look at those numbers. He's been a bit of a Jinx enthusiast, especially back during the 2022-23 Jinx meta of a lifetime, of course. Like, during the early years of his career, Jinx was the ADC to play. They've swung the gold lead pretty much to even. It's a big closing of the gap as Hope picks up a second kill, and he's going to start being able to farm now that he's actually, and the Kraken Slayer's already secured, but he's going to be able to do, well, he missed the freaking thing, whatever. As Flandra going to try and knock down Doran. He's going to get the pull, and that is why Flandra is on this champion. The Aatrox is DRX, but ignore that. Is Guma using his skin? It's DRX. Actually, is it DRX, Ash? It is, because that's Barrel's skin. Gets more damage. Ooh, I don't think he expected him to dash forwards. I thought he expected him, to dash into the side. As missile, I think it's spotted. Reset canceled. It didn't matter. He had to move anyway, so reset canceled. There's no dive angle still. They're going to have to burn TP. Another reset deny. Kyle, huge reset deny. And there's nothing on the Rift for 20 seconds. It is on the top side. And now reset fully canceled. Doran has the dominance, and he has to burn it way early. Redemption use, so big moves from AL to get key timers. That's big. They get the redemption right back. Teleport in from Shanks to mid lane, and they're going to come in onto the turret. Do they care about the Rift Herald? Because if they get the first turret before the Rift Herald is used, it doesn't matter. Because T1 already have the feats, and Rift Herald's really just an extension of it, and they're just going to get the feats of warfare. Or the feats of strength, sorry. So they have to watch for this Rift Herald. No, they're not going to overcommit to a play. They know Doran's back. They have to go cover lanes. And so they don't want to just hand over more gold to try and force this play in the bot side. And AL, what a response after this early game dominance from T1 as we enter the mid game now. And that is a huge, I mean, they get Hope back in the lead. They get Hope back in the lead. They get Flandra back ahead. Or, well, not back in the lead. Hope was never ahead. He was always behind. They get Hope in the lead, actually, after evening out the gold. That was the most important thing. And then they get even more than they asked for. They get Tarzan even and now ahead with Owner. Flandra back in the lead over Doran with that turret being taken. And Kyle is ahead. Who cares? He's playing support. And it really only is it's a Ruby Crystal. He's got the Ruby Crystal advantage. Drake is available. Baron, Baron's at 8 minutes. Who cares? Shelly is down. T1 can use this to push it, as this is actually a huge force fight pretty much from T1. They have to answer this. AL have 2 fights they need to answer, and T1 are just going to try and grab the turret on top of it. If they can get more, then that'd be great. Teleport coming in from Dora, and this turret should be going down as well. Flandra has ulti. There are a bunch of ultis available. Everything's on the Rift. Flandra down to about 1,500 HP. 1,700. And the poke connects onto Shanks, but the arrow not going to find anything else as there's a 1v1 on this between the top laners as the Encore misses, just dodges by Shanks, and it's not going to be enough as they jump in onto Tarzan. The huge Fi used to keep their jungler alive, and I think T1, though, have gotten the fight they want. Hope, ulting, Owner just going to tank it, and they know, and T1 to Soul Point as they've been controlling this objective game after great lane play from their bot lane. They got control of great lane play from both Doran and Guma and Carry. Like, these side lanes have been so good early that they get everything they could have asked for on the objective front. They've claimed every objective in the game so far. And now Soul Point, they have pressure. AL don't have the damage. They need this game to go long, but it is looking like it won't with the soul already on the table for T1. As if they can catch out Shanks, that is a huge deal. But they also, actually, they don't know that. AL have their jungler on the top half of the rift right now. But also, you don't really want to full send because you can't really lock down the Syndra without her locking you down in response. Turret is also still there for Shanks. He has flat. He has everything. Like, this is still faster than this is still faster than game, I believe it was game 1. That was so slow. Was it game 1 or it was game 1 or 2? It's been so, this series has been pretty long, but it's been game 1 or 2 that this was a super slow pace. This is still faster than that. Like, I think it was game 2. It was the game AL 1. So yeah, game 2 just went so long without any kills. As this turret is very low, so Shanks does need to just give this. So T1 going to be in a pretty comfortable gold advantage in a second. So it's actually still equal. Still even. Yeah, the gold is even in this bot lane, which is incredible for Hope to be saying because, dear God, he is behind in CS. 30 CS down, or 27. Only 27. The legend, they say. Hope should not have been up that far. Gee, Hope, stop it. Tarzan, nice block there. Good block in the ulti. Atacon in 3, spawning in the top side. The absolutely blanks on that one. So the polymorph doesn't count. So there's the stun. Owner forced to ulti, and he's going to get hit by the scatter of the week as Hope is so low right now. Hawkshot comes through. Doran and Flandra haven't teleported yet. Hope going to be able to grab a lot as the cancels the reset from Mel. Faker can't reset there. Doesn't reflect it, most importantly. But T1 onto the Atacon. They have teleport from Faker. Oh, Flandra teleported down to the bot lane. If they're trying to turn on to Doran here. And they don't force it. And I'm sure Tarzan won't hear. Surely. They're checking it. They see that it hasn't reset yet, so they actually know they want to turn on to this. Tarzan doesn't have ulti. It's gonna reset. It's hitting Hope. Faker is here. And that's a lot on the line as Doran has gone all the way around Flandra. Forced back. Tarzan is chunked. Tarzan dashes away, has the hugify. There's the encore connecting, though, and trying to get onto the back line is Flandra. He finds one for Shanks, and Shanks trying to get this scatter the weak or the unleashed powers. Flandra's just surviving for so long. Owner, low. Owner, down. Faker, golden eclipse. Holy crap, so much damage. They're trying to get the Atacon. They just want to get it. They're trying to force it to reset now. They steal it with the Q from Faker. The orb of bullets is huge. And wait, doesn't get enough damage on it. And T1 get the Atacon. They keep the objective sweep alive, but it's dead even to gold, which means T1 are ahead. How is this happening? Flandra pulls this one out of his ass. And I can't believe it. Flandra pulls this fight back from nowhere. Faker has... How many stacks does Flandra have on him? Because I'm like, he got executed for like half HP. He's been getting hit for an eternity. Look at how... He gets executed for like a third HP or something. He has so many stacks. And this team... Like, these coaching staffs are tense. As AL on the hunt for something. It's Drake Soul. They need to fight. They can't afford to hand Drake Soul over to Gumayushi for free. Kyle just waiting, gets vision on Doran, but loses it immediately. The vision of the pit removed. Hope needs to be careful. He got poked down before the Atacon fight, and that's what delayed their engage so much. They don't spot Flandra. I believe they know Flandra's in the back right now, as now they know Flandra, her Shanks, is off on the Gromp right now. But look at the complete lack of vision for AL. They are blind as going into the pit. Flandra and Tarzan trying to continue to go forwards. They're trying to get Owner's spell shield down so they can get an engage onto him. Doran gonna get chunked as the dragon continues to be a nuisance. As Flandra just dodging out of the rain of bullets. This is stressful. I am stressed. As Guma with the arrow finds Shanks. Have they found the pick that they wanted? No. As Flandra forced to ulti, Dominus out from Doran in response. This dragon at 4,000 HP, and it's gonna stop, but it's gonna reset, and it's gonna continue shooting. The Drake is doing so much damage. Dominus going to drop soon as Owner ulting Tarzan. Finds one, but it's the Drake Soul going over, but they find one onto Owner if they can keep things going. This would be perfect. They need to force a fight as Doran no ulti. The unleashed power is enough. Shanks finds the kill. Faker flashing away from all of anyone's legend. And Faker trying to survive for as long as he can, but Flandra with the shunt down, and it is too much. They get the soul, but they lose the fight. Holy. Oh my god. Guys, can we stop? I'm tired. This is... I'm just someone win. Please, my heart is in my throat right now. This is insanity. Razor thin game. Carrier can ulti. And then he has to ulti right after. He only gets Tarzan, and who gives a damn? Owner finds the smite, but he loses his life for it, and then they chase down Faker. Nice shunt down as well. Does that cleanse out of... Okay, cleanse out of... I had hope there. My goodness. This is not healthy for me. This is not healthy for me. 3-0-4 on Hope. He's about 1,000 gold ahead. And he's building towards a mortal reminder. And Kuma, so much gold from minions, but just all this kill from golds from kills. All this gold from kills coming through for Hope. As Baron has spawned. And AL 3k gold lead. Every single buff on the side of T1. I don't know how much that gives. Let's go check. Monsters. Hex Tech Drake. Where's Soul? Wait, Guma way too far forwards, but he's going to be able to just be out of the play. Drake Soul, there we go. Never mind. Anyways, Owner stunned. Owner locked down. Owner taken out by the unleashed power of Shanks. And the arrow blocked by Tarzan. Huge pickup. Flandra going forwards. He only gonna charm Tarzan. Faker's golden eclipse doesn't find the kill. Shanks picks up another. It's a double for the mid laner of anyone's legend. Are you kidding me? T1 are on the verge of history. AL looking to make it. T1 looking to avoid it. They need to prevent this play. Guma is the win con. There's no encore. There's no enchanted crystal arrow. They're jumping in onto Carry as Doran in the backline. Not going to be able to find anything. Carry is down. There is one in response for Guma. But is it enough? He's being chased by Flandra. There's the Sterix. There's the stun coming through. And Shanks keeps it rolling for AL. Oh my god. The Baron is stopped, but T1 drastically critical fight loss, and the AL chants are louder than ever. They are trying their damnedest to will this team to victory. Like that it opens the same freaking webpage I'm already on. Tabe is thrilled. And Guma in T1, it's getting to them. They've given up every objective in the game, but they keep one that they need in their pocket. Hope close to the mortal reminder. Shanks is thriving. Look at the roller coaster we are on. Shanks very close to pick up this tier 1 in top lane. Oh. The stress. The things you say. Your wild thoughts, they give you away. The things you say. Sorry. Stupid jokes aside. Flandra, 2 items and not even a dream. He's been incredible. 3-1 and 8, involved in 11 of 14 kills. Kyle, the amount of times he saved Tarzan's life has been incredible. Shanks has been the guy for this team. He's coming up on the 15% AP. He's coming up on the natural death cap. And T1, they can't be away from this late game any longer. They need to be in the late game. They needed to beat them to the late game, and they were so close. Half a death cap of stats for Shanks in 6 stacks. 29 minutes. We have the Elder Rush already. We have a 3-item Jinx completely finished. 3 items Syndra. We're coming up on Crimp Bloom for Faker. We're coming up on either of the Mort or Elder, or Mort or Lord Doms, sorry. I was gonna say LDR, but I already said whatever. Doesn't matter. 2.5 items for Doron, 2.5 items for Flandra, getting so close to his GA. Dude, I thought that was a freaking Nico in the game. I heard that the E sounds like it. And the EQ sounds like Nico, like the start of Nico ulti. As escaping. The Hexgate, everyone's staying alive. They don't want to get caught, because if you get caught, that's Baron, that could be game, and that is the season. As they're checking the flanks right now. Flandra trying to wrap around. They know what's going on. They have to answer these waves. Hope going to push out this bot lane as Flandra answers mid. He has teleport. He's going to reset. I think he has GA. Wait, he has GA. Does he? He does. He has it. He's starting to walk back. T1 have successfully flushed out anyone's legend from the river, but they don't actually need to burn his teleport. They have no vision. As he's caught, Flandra goes into the World Ender. He needs to try and survive for as long as he can. The Starak's going to keep him there. And Owner in Flandra is going to get the Hugify, but he's going into the GA. They need a pop-off now, and they need a miracle as Doran onto the back line. It's too much. Wait, the Ascension is there for Shanks, but he's locked down. Shut down for Faker. And Hope running. Tarzan running. Wrong side of the rift, though. Flandra is here, but he's going to get collapsed on. They have no ultis available. They need to keep everyone alive. Owner doesn't have his ult, and he's getting locked down. And that's 1 for Flandra, possibly 2. They're waiting for as long as they can. Tarzan just avoiding the engage. As Flandra healing so much right now. They're trying to get onto Hope. But Flandra is low. Flandra is down. Guma putting out the damage. Is he going to survive? He will. Golden Eclipse from Faker gets the ace. The unofficial ace for T1. Oh my god. Chaos on the rift. Both these teams wanted it so bad. They're throwing haymakers. They are hitting every button they got. And originally, it was AL stopping the Elder with the initial engage with Shanks' ultimate. But now it is T1 who have stopped the Elder for AL. And what the hell? This is insanity. The Hope. It's only going to hit onto Faker. They can't see it. Elder for... They need to stop the double buffs, but you can't fight the Elder buff on a team. They need to just stop them from ending the game right now. As IEs are being rushed, it is a race to the Infinity Edge for both of these teams. For both of these ADCs. Elder Baron Soul, Atacon, everything grubs as well. Why not? T1 have such an advantage in objectives. AL need to clean up their fights. Flandre again caught out after having such a good game, and these fans are screaming. They want AL so badly to win. Shanghai are really willing this team as long as they can into the semis. They are willing the LPL into the finals, but I don't know if it's enough. They've already started to knock down the inhib. Hope. They need to be careful because T1 can find a wraparound. They still have half the buff, and they're going to get a good amount of damage onto T1. They accept that. But if they can stop the rest of the push, or delay it at least, they could fight with the Baron. They can't fight with the Elder is the issue. They need to save their base for as long as they can, but T1... How much gold are they on? Because it is dangerous. That's a good amount of damage onto Owner, but they can't afford to fight. You fight the Elder, you lose the game, especially with the increased AP and AD. All right, this minion going to get the job done. Doran splitting in the top lane. The Elder's about to expire. Can they stall it out long enough? They want to fight before it's up. As it's expiring in 15 seconds, but it might be too long. They need this to go down now because they need to be able to pull the trigger. No. The arrow goes wide. Owner is locked down. The Encore connects onto Flandre. Flandre forced to ulti. The Elder is down, but can they keep things going? No, the first turret falls. The second Nexus turret is down. They need to go now if they want to keep it alive. But T1 in the clutch again. Survive 10 for 10. As they make it to their 10th consecutive semifinals. 11, now 12 and 0 against the LPL. And the dreams of the LPL might just be crushed as Top Esports are facing a well-oiled machine in the semifinals. And Shanghai, their heroes may be eliminated, but they are louder than ever. As T1 knock out the best-looking team besides Gen G. Who can save this region? Who? Tabe tried 12 years after he failed to knock out Faker in his first world title, or during his first world's final. He rematches this man twice this year. He's fought him for the last 2 years now. He beat him in the MSI semis, but he did not beat him. And the tears are, yeah. For AL, it is disaster. It is heartbreak for the Panda squad. And you can feel it. Like, this is such a narrow game. It was so close, but just too much fighting from behind. And T1 extend the winning streak against the LPL to 12. They have won their 7th straight series at the World Championships. They are 1 away from tying the record, 2 away from breaking it. The record, by the way, is their own in consecutive World Championships. They do own the record of winning 11 World Series or Worlds matches in a row. They won 3 in their first, they won 3 in their second, 3 in their third, 2 in their fourth, 11 straight match wins. And oh my god, that has to hurt. That hurts so bad if you are an LPL fan. One game, 2 team fights away from history, from saving your region, from guaranteeing an LPL LCK finish. And now you have to trust Top Esports, a team you definitely do not want to trust in these situations. Holy crap. What a finish. That's only if we still have 2 more games. We still have 2 more series before. Like tomorrow we have a series, Sunday we have a series, and then it is Saturday or Sunday. Wow, Sunday. They will finish the year. It's Genji, KT, and T1. There are 2 guaranteed chances for the LCK to win a title. There's 1 guaranteed slot already. T1 can make it certain. But TES want to end it, and oh my goodness, I cannot believe that is how, no matter who lost, it is heartbreak. Incredible series. And it's better than the MSI one by a mile. I do not care. It is better than the MSI one. What a way to close out the quarters. And we still have 2 more. Jesus Christ. We still have semis tomorrow and Sunday. Okay. Get excited. Kill me. But this has been incredible. AL again fall in 5 in their second meeting with T1 of the year. I've been Max Kimchi. This has been the kimchicast. I'm so exhausted. This series was exhausting, but so in like the best way, but it was exhausting. I'll see you tomorrow for Genji versus KT. And then we just have Top Esports T1. And we are done until Sunday next week. And the season's over. Holy crap, we're already at the semis. It's insane to say that. I'll see you guys tomorrow.